And good evening and welcome now to Jackson, Missouri. It is the site of Week 5 of high school football, and coming up here this evening, it'll be your Mules taking on the Jackson Indians, and it's going to be a windy and rainy night here in Jackson inside the pit. I'm Frankie Castile. Downstairs bringing you the camera action is Tim Hicks, and you can hear the wind howling coming from the northeast with our crowd mic, and that's something the Mules and the Indians are going to be battling all game long. It's going to be the wind and the rain. So tonight the Mules are looking to get back to their winning ways. They are 1-3 overall this year. The Indians coming in, they are 2-2. Both teams have had quite the schedule so far in the first 4 weeks, and tonight it is yet again a conference game for the Mules as well as for the Indians. Mules, by the way, coming in 0-2 in the conference. Jackson, meanwhile, they are coming in 1-0 after a big win last week at home over the Farmington Knights. We will break all that down for you coming up tonight during our pregame show. Also coming up here tonight during the pregame show, we're going to speak live to the head coach, Coach Jeff Mannon. He'll be coming up here in just a few minutes as well. So that's coming up during our pregame. And then, of course, toward the top of the hour, we will get you our starters and then our keys to victory coming up here tonight between the Mules and the Jackson Indians. So as you can see, if you are listening right now or watching us on Facebook and on YouTube, a big shout out to Tim. He is doing phenomenal work downstairs. He is actually in the elements. I am up here in the press box here behind the broadcasters of Jackson, so that way we can bring you the audio and the video. I know Tim is going to be dealing with that strong northeast wind all night long, and we have worked all week to make sure that we are able to get this game on video with all the weather elements. We knew it was going to be a tough go, so tonight hopefully we're going to be able to have no issues during our broadcast here this evening. Let's talk about Poplar Bluff for just a minute. Last week against the Tigers out of Cape Central, Cape Central got off to an early lead over Bluff, got out to a 21-0 lead, and then the Mules able to score their only touchdown in the first quarter. After that, it was all Cape Central. They go on to win 49-6. And then on the other side, you talk about Jackson, them and Farmington always keep it close. It was a very close ball game the majority of the game, but then Jackson would go on to beat Farmington last week here in Jackson, and that's where we meet tonight. By the way, the Mules are 3-16 against Jackson, going all the way back to 2010. So Jackson, they've got Bluff's number the last few go-arounds, and you talk to most of the players, they understand that. Coach Mannon, he understands that, and he tells me that his boys are ready to go. They had a great week of practice. We're going to be talking about that coming up with Coach Mannon here in just a few minutes. Talking about Jackson and talking about some of their key players. Their quarterback, Drew Parsons, coming in this season 54% completion-wise, 4 touchdown passes, 6 interceptions. Tonight, I don't think we're going to see a big passing game by either team with that northeast wind. It'll be mainly a ground game tonight. And you look at Jackson, Jalen Hampton coming in. He is averaging nearly 7 yards per play. Zach Crump averaging about 8 yards per carry. For the Mules, Jay Edmondson, the quarterback for the Mules, he is coming in also averaging 54% of his throws. He's got 3 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions on the ground. Edmondson averaging nearly 9 yards per carry. He's got 4 touchdowns on the season. His longest is 42 yards. And then the other running backs here, Devin Ferguson, he is averaging nearly 5 yards a play. And then Caden Jenkins, he has exploded the last few weeks. He is averaging about 9 yards per carry as well. The Mules, by the way, they've got 7 rushing touchdowns this season. The Indians, they've got 11. It's going to be a ground game battle coming up tonight. and we'll be interviewing the head coach here in just a few minutes. If you're watching us on YouTube and on Facebook, make sure and let us know where you're watching from on this rainy Friday night. Joshua Knight tuning in on Facebook, as is Stephen Randall. Rhonda Stevenson says, let's go Mules. And David Hadley, he is tuning in as well. Glad to have you alongside. By the way, later on tonight, we're also going to be doing our Mules Trivia. We're going to change things up just a little bit. We'll tell you more about that coming up as our pregame progresses. Here right now in Jackson, we've got the rain, we've got the wind. Matter of fact, let's take a look at our radar here in the press box. And you know what? I wish I could tell you the rain was going to be ending fairly soon, but it's not really going to end. I don't think this entire ball game. It may get lighter as the game progresses, but it looks like that more rain throughout this ball game is likely. A sustained northwest wind at 23 miles an hour. It is gusting at times over 40, and that we're going to see pretty much all game long. Also, Judge Proctor is tuning in from Butler County. Glad to have you alongside Judge Proctor. And tonight, I will tell you that you're going to see the camera being wiped off a lot tonight because of that wind-driven rain. I think this is the first time that Tim and I have really did a ball game like this in the elements. Typically, we get maybe some light rain here and there, never a 1-2 combination where you have the wind and you have the rain. Tonight, we're going to get both. I know David Hadley is tuning in from Leadington. Glad to have you alongside, my friend. Is it just as rainy up there where you are? I know it's pretty windy where we are. So coming up, we will have our live interview with the head coach. Let's take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we're going to talk live to head coach Jeff Mannon of the Poplar Bluff Mules. We'll step away for 3 minutes and come right back with our coach's interview. You're watching and listening to Mules Football. We are live in Jackson. We're back in 3 minutes on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Pizza Inn wants to know, what's your favorite slice? Is it our classic Supreme in all its warm, cheesy goodness? Or maybe it's the Meaty Max with its perfect combination of flavors and textures. And don't forget the fan favorite chocolate chip cookie dessert pizza, a mouth-watering masterpiece. Your Poplar Bluff Pizza Inn serves up all your favorites, so no matter what slice you crave, Pizza Inn will satisfy. Pizza Inn, where family and flavor meet.
Baldwin Toyota presents the benefits of owning a Toyota. Fuel efficiency. Toyota pioneered hybrid technology combining gasoline and electric power for optimal fuel economy. Reliability. Toyota vehicles are known for their durability and longevity, reducing the risk of costly repairs. A strong resale value. Toyota owners are more likely to fetch a higher price compared to similar models from other brands. Experience these benefits and more firsthand at Baldwin Toyota.
Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. As the name suggests, Barker's does more than just towing. Here at Barker's, we offer a complete line of automotive services, including tires, brakes, alignments, maintenance, and repair. And for our car enthusiasts, you'll enjoy our speed shop for quality performance parts. We are locally owned and look forward to earning your business. And for those times that you need a tow, Barker's Towing is available 24/7 for all of your towing and auto recovery needs.
It's Barker's by request, 573-785-7811.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties Mozark Realty, our clients come first. Our team of full-time agents go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. At a glance, we are outdoorsmen, but if you dig deeper, you will find real estate experts ready to help you write the next chapter of your life. Contact any of the full-time agents of Mozark Realty at 712-2252 or online at mozark.com.
Tired of wondering where your meat comes from? Country Road Market has the answer. We're bringing the farm straight to your table. From fresh cuts to custom processing, we do it all. Bring us your deer, hog, or cattle, and let our expert butchers work their magic. Skip the grocery store and support your local farmers. Country Road Market is located at 558 County Road 507, just off Highway KK in Wapapillo.
We know that having a strong defense is key to winning any game. And that's why you need Edmondson and Holt, attorneys at law, by your side. Just like the Mules face challenges with grit and determination, Edmondson and Holt will handle your legal matters with that same drive and commitment. From complex cases to straightforward advice, Edmondson and Holt is the strong local defense you need. For a free consultation, call Edmondson and Holt at 573-785-0127.
We're back live on the pregame show. Time now for our coach's interview. It's all being brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties, the world's biggest outdoor brand. Call them today at 573-712-2252 or go online to Mozark.com. All right, Coach, so here we are. It is week 5. We are here in Jackson. It is going to be windy. It's going to be on the rainy side. Give me your first thoughts here tonight as your Mules take on the Indians here live at the pit.
Just hoping to execute tonight, Frankie. Hope these kids can come out and have a pretty good game in the weather. You know, both teams got to play in the same weather, so it doesn't really give one of us an advantage or disadvantage, so we'll just see how it goes.
One thing that I did want to ask you is, before we get into the meat and potatoes here of the interview, with the wind gusting at times to around 30 miles an hour, in some cases could be a wind-driven rain, how does your team execute the plays on offense and on defense?
Well, Frankie, you know, it just takes away some of the throwing game. If you got a wind in your face, it's pretty hard to throw the ball, so you kind of get limited to when you can throw the ball with the wind behind your back, and then, you know, of course, it opens up the run game. So we'll see what we can use our advantage and what we have to deal with. So
let's go back to last week and the Mules against Cape Central. Early in the ball game, I thought the Mules really took a good punch. They were able to come back on a long-scoring drive, but then we kind of stalled. Give me your synopsis of what happened last week in Poplar Bluff.
I think we kind of got shell-shocked a little bit. We had way too many mistakes and alignment errors and things like that shouldn't happen. Missed some blocking assignments, but kind of snowballed there in the first quarter. And then once we got it cleaned up, we kind of woke up and figured out what was going on, but it was a little too late. So, you know, I think we got another chance to play them. I think it's a little closer game, and I think we'll probably get another chance in districts, and we'll see how it goes.
Let's go ahead now and turn the page and get to this week as your Mules face a familiar foe in the Jackson Indians. They are coming in 2-2. A lot of people say, Coach, this Jackson team this year are not the Jackson of old.
Yeah, you know, Jackson's still a solid team. They're coached pretty well. They've lost to 2 legit teams in the state. They lost to Cardinal Ritter, and out of the state. They lost to Edwardsville, Illinois. And, you know, watching on tape, they got some dudes on there. So, you know, Jackson's still good, and, you know, hopefully we can come out and compete and them being a long-time rival of us.
Let's talk about their ground game, because obviously with the weather conditions, overall it's going to be a ground game kind of game. Jalen Hampton is averaging about 6 yards per carry, and then Zach Crump averaging 8 yards per carry. Your thoughts on those 2 running backs?
Crump's kind of like their get outside the tackles guy and run with them, and Hampton's the outside the tackles guy where they want to get him outside, run stretch, and he wants to kind of bounce GT a little bit. Crump wants to hit you downhill, so they do a pretty good job of, you know, like thunder and lightning type stuff. One
thing about their quarterback in Drew Parsons, something that we're not maybe used to seeing this year, they don't throw the ball very much, and when he does, he has 6 turnovers so far this season. Your thoughts on him?
Yeah. Just hoping to execute tonight, Frankie. Hope these kids can come out and have a pretty good game in the weather. Both teams got to play in the same weather, so it doesn't really give one of us an advantage or disadvantage, so we'll just see how it goes.
One thing that I did want to ask you is, before we get into the meat and potatoes here of the interview, with the wind gusting at times to around 30 miles an hour, in some cases could be a wind-driven rain, how does your team execute the plays on offense and on defense?
Well, Frankie, it just takes away some of the throwing game. If you got a wind in your face, it's pretty hard to throw the ball, so you kind of get limited to when you can throw the ball with the wind behind your back, and then, of course, it opens up the run game. So we'll see what we can use our advantage and what we have to deal with. So
let's go back to last week and the Mules against Cape Central. Early in the ball game, I thought the Mules really took a good punch. They were able to come back on a long-scoring drive, but then we kind of stalled. Give me your synopsis of what happened last week in Poplar Bluff.
I think we kind of got shell-shocked a little bit. We had way too many mistakes and alignment errors and things like that shouldn't happen. Missed some blocking assignments, but kind of snowballed there in the first quarter. And then once we got it cleaned up, we kind of woke up and figured out what was going on, but it was a little too late. So, I think we got another chance to play them. I think it's a little closer game, and I think we'll probably get another chance in districts, and we'll see how it goes.
Let's go ahead now and turn the page and get to this week as your Mules face a familiar foe in the Jackson Indians. They are coming in 2-2. A lot of people say, Coach, this Jackson team this year are not the Jackson of old.
Yeah, Jackson's still a solid team. They're coached pretty well. They've lost to two legit teams in the state. They lost to Cardinal Ritter, and out of the state. They lost to Edwardsville, Illinois. And, watching on tape, they got some dudes on there. So, Jackson's still good, and, hopefully we can come out and compete and them being a long-time rival of us.
Let's talk about their ground game, because obviously with the weather conditions, overall it's going to be a ground game kind of game. Jalen Hampton is averaging about 6 yards per carry, and then Zach Crump averaging 8 yards per carry. Your thoughts on those two running backs?
Crump's kind of like their get outside the tackles guy and run with them, and Hampton's the outside the tackles guy where they want to get him outside, run stretch, and he wants to kind of bounce GT a little bit. Crump wants to hit you downhill, so they do a pretty good job of like thunder and lightning type stuff.
One thing about their quarterback in Drew Parsons, something that we're not maybe used to seeing this year, they don't throw the ball very much, and when he does, he has 6 turnovers so far this season. Your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he's looking to run the ball quite a bit. There's some design quarterback runs, and if there's nothing there, on his first read, he usually tucks the ball and run. They love to push the ball downfield, and they don't want to really dink and dunk. They want to try to run, set up the pass, and hit you a big play action pass over the top.
Let's talk about our guys here tonight, and let's start with the QB, Jay Edmondson. He is having a phenomenal season so far. Your thoughts on him, and will this weather play a role in what he does here tonight?
Well, with Jay, the way he can run it around, I think we'll be okay. And, there's people that always say when the weather is like this, the advantage is the offense, because at least they know where the ball's going and the defense doesn't. So I think Jay will have a pretty good night out here, hopefully, Frankie.
I thought Coach Bryce Dobbs, your 5'10 junior, I thought he is having a phenomenal season. Had a great game last week defensively. Give me your thoughts here on your defense overall. Even though we gave up 49 points last week, Coach, our defense is still pretty good in my estimation.
Yeah, the last 2 weeks, because of injuries, we kind of tried to play some people out of position. It didn't work out so well, so we've kind of refocused back on what we do, and hopefully they get some things lined up. But no, the kids have been giving me great effort. We've missed some alignment and assignment issues the last 2 weeks. It's cost us, and hopefully we got that stuff fixed.
Speaking of injuries, here we are in week 5. Is the team starting to get maybe more healthy as we go along, or are we still kind of banged up in certain spots?
We're still kind of banged up in certain spots. Hopefully we get a few of those guys back before the next week or two, and we'll see how it gets going. So. And
then, of course, obviously, as we look down the road, last week's loss kind of puts us in a bad spot district-wise. Right now, we're at the 7th spot. Still some time for us to advance, but let's be real, going on the road on week 10 is looking more and more likely every passing week.
Yeah, we're looking more at the 5-6 seed right now with the way things have lined up, especially losing to 2 district opponents. So, either way, it doesn't matter if we win that one. Then we get a chance of having one at home. So we'll see how it plays out.
I was going to say that even though right now we're coming in 1-3, let's not forget our strength of schedule this year has been the toughest that I've seen in quite some time.
We've played some solid football teams. There hasn't been a solid pushover that we've had on our schedule. So it's in the long run, it's going to make us better as a football team. It's kind of rough right now, taking our lumps and bruises. But once we get the team to where we can compete with those type of guys, I think we'll be better off in the long run.
And that's one thing I wanted to comment on. Your philosophy has always been you didn't really want those easy week 1 wins. You wanted to come out of the gate and make these boys bigger and stronger.
Here
and I think you're
Jackson,
right. A couple of losses
tonight
early
the Mules
is
are taking on the Indians. And a big thank you again to the head coach, Jeff Manning, for joining us here and letting us know his thoughts on this impending matchup. You can hear that wind, and I'll tell you right now, we are hoping that we're going to be able to carry this game on video. I know Tim is downstairs. He is working overtime to make sure that everything is good to go. Joining us right now here in the press box, he has been down on the field, Mr. Brian Rosner. He is the statistician this season, has been since, 1950, I guess, Brian. You've been doing so much for the football team. You've been outside. Tell me, in the elements, what is this game going to be like in your estimation, my friend?
Wet. It's going to be really wet.
Really wet, he says.
And windy.
I was talking to Coach Manning, and you know what? I think everybody is agreeing that tonight is going to be about the run game for both sides. I don't think we're going to see a lot of pass plays. What do you think?
So if you're going left to right on your radio dial, the wind's at your back, a little bit to your left. So if you're throwing, towards the press box here, it's gonna go on you. It's gonna carry a little bit. If you throw, into the wind, it's kind of a crosswind across the field. It's gonna go all which ways. So you're just better off, running it in between the tackles and trying to get 3 yards of those little specks that they put in the turf and trying to grind one out tonight.
You've been doing this a long time at turnovers, and we'll go back to last week for just a minute. You can hear the wind howling in the crowd bike. Talk about how important it will be for the Mules to come out and to have a better start as opposed to what we did last week.
Yeah, turnovers are the difference in every ball game at the high school level, in any level really. But especially if you do them early, they really get you behind the 8 ball, and you really struggle to catch up. So, yeah, it's a night like tonight. The most important person on the field is going to be the person who carries the balls and make sure they're dry and make sure that they get new ones in and keeping things so that the guys can handle the ball when they get hold of it.
So how do you think the Mules here, do you think for guys like Jay Edmondson, Devin Ferguson, Caden Jenkins, and especially the front linemen for the Mules, are they going to be ready for a powerhouse in Jackson? By the way, we're 3-16 against Jackson since 2010.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup because obviously Jackson's a little bit bigger, a little stronger, a little deeper. But Jay Edmondson's a really good read option quarterback, so that you got that going for you a little bit. If the guys can block up front and guys can get into the edge and break some, and keep holding on to the ball is going to be another big thing. Whoever has the most snaps and the time of possession is going to help you in a game like this. And obviously on defense, you're just going to have to limit those big plays. Last week, the big plays just really hurt the Mules. And so, when you get a hand on them, you got to get them to the ground as fast as you can. You don't want to give up 10, 15, 20 yards at a time. Otherwise, that score is going to go up quick.
David Hadley wanted me to ask you, do you remember the last time, well, it wasn't the last time per se, but you remember on a night like this, back in the day, we would call this the Mud Bowl before Jackson got turf. That's what it would be like back in the day.
I do. I remember because I walked I didn't always get up in the press box. I never got in the this is my first time in the press box in like 20 years. It's pretty small, but, very, very nice and
Hey,
vintage.
I'm very lucky to be where I'm at, and I'm not going to complain one time.
No. But, yeah, back in the day, if you're watching on the video, anywhere from the numbers towards the Mules bench, all that was mud. And there's a hill on the back side of that. We're underneath the stand. So where the water just naturally goes that way back then. And so you would be ankle deep in mud. And, I've injured myself twice when I was running the sidelines, and both of them were here.
Well, hopefully tonight we're going to have no injuries. And by the way, to give a little teaser coming up at halftime, you're going to be my halftime guest because we're going to be talking about something going on very important in October, and I'm looking forward to this. And give us a quick teaser of what's coming up at halftime.
Yeah, the 36th induction of the Poplar Bluff Sports Hall of Fame class, which is going to be really big and really fun. We got Ben and Tyler Hansborough coming back. We got the 2004 and 2005 Mules going in. It's going to be a really great night, and we're going to do it at the old Hansborough Court at Peters Gym. It's going to be a fun night.
You want to check your calendar and make sure you're available at halftime for me.
I'll be here.
Because you and I are pretty far apart tonight. We're about a whopping maybe 5 inches away from each other tonight.
I am blocking a good third of the field from you.
That's
sorry.
okay. I'll be standing up anyway. So I'll tell you what, Brian, we're looking forward to a great ball game, and thank you again. We can't wait to see you coming up at halftime.
Thanks, sir.
You betcha. Brian Rosner, our statistician, joining us live here. Let's take a quick 30-second timeout, Tim. When we come back, we're going to go over some other games going on tonight. A couple have already postponed till tomorrow. We'll be back in 30 seconds live here in Jackson. You're watching and listening to Mules football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. All right, so we are now coming up under 13 minutes away from our broadcast here tonight, or I should say from the kickoff between Bluff and Jackson, and the rain continues to fall here in Jackson. The wind still whipping around out there. I know Brian, he's going to be with me pretty much all night. We look out here in the press box, and man, we see the trees whipping around. And I tell you, it's going to be interesting to see, if the Mules win the toss and they decide, do you think they're going to want to defer first, or do you think they want the football to have their offense to begin with?
That's a good question. I always thought I would defer. I like to get my defense out there and,
Sure.
put the pressure on them. But every coach is different.
I think it's every game is different, right?
Sure,
you would think.
Yeah, and especially if you're on the road, you want the ball first. Put that pressure on them. I would say in a game like this, you want the ball first and keep it away from them. But then again, you get the ball first and you don't do anything with it, then that just flips the momentum right away. And so, yeah, it's tough. And the wind is so strong. The railings on the back side of the stadium are whistling through there. You can hear them right on through, and the flags are just it's straight out. So it's definitely tough.
I'm looking here at our starting lineups, and a couple of names stick out to me. Number one on the offensive side, we're going to get Brent Bell at the wide receiver position, give him some playing time. He is a 5'10" sophomore. I want to get your thoughts on him. And also Dylan Hall back in the lineup. He was been out the last couple of weeks with an injury, but he is back in. And, man, on the corner spot on defense, he is always spot on.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need those receivers to block tonight. They're not going to get a lot of touches, but they're going to have a important job of getting out there and finding their defensive guy to block. And on a night like this, you might not get the ball, you might not get the touches, but for one guy to score, you need 10 other ones to do their job.
Other games going on tonight. A couple have already been postponed till tomorrow. Southern Boone taking on Dexter. That game is going on tomorrow.
Ooh.
Also going on tomorrow is Kennett at East Prairie. Real fast, what a season Dexter is having right now. Ranked number 3 in Class 3. They're 4-0 this year. This team can go far.
Yeah, and Southern Boone was like number 5 last week.
Yes, they
lost and fell
We're
down.
3-1.
So that's going to be a good game to see what Dexter is going to do there and how they stack up there, because that's a good test. You want to get out there and play some tough teams, and like Jackson's schedule has been just brutal this year. So and they're tested. They play in the teams that they have to play to get good and make a run in Class 6. So we're going to see tonight just what that. You look at their 2-2 record. You're going to see tonight that 2-2 record is not what it's. It's not 2-2. They're not a 2-2 team.
So this next question, you might be the most hated man back in Bluff after this, but people need to understand you are the mathematician. You get it more than I do. I want to go to our district standings right now. The last 2 weeks against district opponents, conference opponents have been losses. Right now we are in the cellar, the number 7 spot. If the Mules can win tonight, and if we have a good showing the next few games, I still don't see a scenario where we would host in Week 10. I do see us maybe getting to a 5 seed in the district. What do you think?
Man, that's tough. I mean, 1 and 2 are going to be Cape, Cardinal, Ritter, and you're just trying to figure out, do you want to meet Cape Central in the semifinal or Cardinal Ritter in the semifinal, and you're going to be on the road no matter what, because those two teams are after losing to Cape Central, there's no way you can catch and flip them. So you just have to take each game and get better each game, and then when the playoffs hit, you start over, and no matter where you end up, that's your path towards the state championship.
But can I just say that if the Mules are fortunate, and I think we'll at least meet one of them, whether it's a Cape, whether it's a Farmington, I think either one, our Mules are going to have a much better showing coming up in the postseason as we did a few weeks ago.
Well, yeah, I mean, this team is coming off a new coaching staff. They're learning a lot of new things. They have a tough start to the season, with the schedule, and so just getting better each week, getting to that week 10. And then, hopefully you get on a roll, you get everybody healthy, and you just play them as they come. I remember a couple years ago we were the 2 seed, and then the 5th seed Vianney came to town.
Yeah.
And, they had a pretty good quarterback there. I believe he's playing with the Rams. So you just never know what the standings will be like at the end of the season, and you just kind of start over from there.
Absolutely. So I want to paint the picture here tonight of what we're going to be doing. And Brian and we're both going to be taking our own stats here. He is the statistician. I handle offensive stats. I will cheat. I'll look at your defensive stats. We're going to be standing up all night long, and we're going to get the opportunity here to kind of call this game from the back row. But I tell you, even standing up, I'd much rather be in here where it's dry, kind of warm, as opposed to where Tim is right now. Down below, he is fighting the wind, fighting the rain. But, hey, this is what we signed up for, to make sure that we try to give a great product back to those in Poplar Bluff. And looking across the way, not a lot of folks are making the trip out on either side of the game, so I'm glad that we're able to do that.
Hey, if I'd have known you were going to do video tonight, I'd have stayed home.
You would have stayed at home,
yeah. Definitely.
Well, we definitely have video tonight. The Jackson Indians coming out now. They are wearing their black jersey tops with the silver numbers, the white and red helmets. The Mules, by the way, they're going to be wearing their white jerseys with the maroon helmets, the maroon numbers. Mules will be in white. Jackson will be in the gray, or make that the black and the gray numbers. And tonight the Mules are looking to do something that we don't typically do, and that is get a win here at the pit. Do you remember? I know you do. The last time we won in this venue.
Yeah, it was everybody's favorite senior moment last week.
It was my favorite senior moment. I'm still doing this. It was a great time. The Mules, but all joking aside, talking to Jay Edmondson, he knows this will be his last opportunity to rewrite that history book and to get a big win. For folks like him, Cade Bussey, Connor Stevens, Spencer Nunn, and those other guys, how big do you think this game is to them? They're not in our district, but it is a conference team. It is Jackson. It is always one of the best rivals in Southeast Missouri.
So the adage for Poplar Bluff coaches has always been the older guys want to beat Sykeston, the middle-aged guys want to beat Cape, and the younger guys want to beat Jackson.
I like it. I love it.
And I think the younger guys that are coming up now, they want to beat Farmington. So, everybody's got their favorite rival. Jackson obviously has had the Mules number the last few years. That 21-20 game that they won here to snap that district run for Jackson was a huge win.
Huge win.
Jackson's on a 26-game conference winning streak right now, and they've got a huge game next week against Cape Central. So this kind of could be a trap game for them, obviously, if they're overlooking it. The Mules a little bit, because it's easy to do when you're a high school, senior, but you play up. But sometimes I think with the Mules and Jackson, the Mules kind of get in their head a little bit that they want to beat them so bad. You can kind of overdo yourself a little bit. And that 21-20 game, those guys were just so calm and just stuck with the game plan so perfectly. And that's just kind of what you got to do tonight. You got to block, you got to tackle, and you got to move the ball. And so you just take it one play at a time, and hopefully things come out your way.
Absolutely. And, I was listening to Eric Shawn, who's right in front of us here. He is the play-by-play announcer for the Indians, and we've been coming here a long time, Brian. And I know, talking to the assistant athletic director, normally on a home football game, the Indians averaging about over 4,000 fans. Tonight, this could be one of their smallest crowds in recent memory because of all the wind and the rain, and that could play a factor later on because typically you've got that 12th man being the crowd, but tonight may not be so much of a factor.
There could be 4,000 people in here. I don't think you can hear it with the wind.
You're right.
Especially through your through the helmets. And the only thing is whistling through your helmet.
So tonight we're going to have the Mules taking on the Indians. We are getting closer and closer to the broadcast. We are coming up on the 4-minute mark. We've got our keys to victory coming up next. And our keys to victory tonight being brought to you by Kevin's Automotive and Tires. We're back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Attention farmers. Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire is running a farm special on tractor tires until the end of the year. Yes, you heard that correctly. Until the end of the year, Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire carries all the big names you know and trust. They also offer all sizes. No matter what size tractor you have, they can get you taken care of. For all of your tractor tire needs, call Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire at 573-840-5053 and ask for Shannon Bradley. That's 573-840-5053.
All right, so now it's time for our keys to victory tonight, being brought to you by Kevin's Automotive and Tires. And for our 3 keys to victory, I can tell you what I think, but I think the guy for the job tonight, Mr. Brian Rosner. Take it away, Brian. If you're Coach Mannon, what 3 keys are you stressing to your team right now in the end zone right before kickoff?
Well, he'd be a little bit more colorful than me, obviously, but I would say ball security, ball control, and tackling. Don't give up the big play. Let's keep the ball as long as we can. Let's put some points on the board. They got to play in the rain too. They got in the same conditions. Let's just play some football. This is gonna be one of those games they're gonna remember for the rest of their life. Win or lose, draw. It's it's fun. It's in the rain. I kind of miss the mud. I wish I'm glad that I see their numbers, but it's gonna be a fun one for them.
It's gonna be a fun one indeed. We've got a lot of folks tuning in. Let's take some time here and say hello to Barb Huey, also Christina Dell, Anthony Roan is tuning in, Carol Miles, also Betty Osborne, Britton Edmondson tuning in here tonight. Also Walter Jackson, Clyde Reed is all tuning in tonight on Facebook. A big crowd already on YouTube as well. And we've got Mules Trivia coming your way. Right now, we've got our captains that we want to introduce you to on the Jackson side of things. Over there for the Jackson Indians, we will get you those numbers here as they are wearing their black jerseys with the silver numbers. And we're going to go from left to right here tonight. Let's go to number 63 for the Indians. And I dropped my paper right here. So for the Jackson Indians, number 63, and that's going to be Bryson Wessel. He is a 6'5" junior. Also out there is number 40 for the Indians, Boyd Langford, a 6' junior. Number 3, Jalen Hampton, a 5'7" sophomore. And number 67 for the Indians, that is Marcus Cutzinger, a 5'10" senior. For Poplar Bluff out there, it'll be the quarterback, Jay Edmondson. He is a 6' senior. Number 8, Connor Stevens, a 6' senior. Number 55, Andre Aguilar. He is a 5'11" junior. Number 78, Cade Bussey, a 6'6" senior. Those are the captains tonight for both sides for the Mules and the Jackson Indians. So now we are about ready for the opening kick, and Jackson's going to receive to begin with. So, Brian, what do you think here? You like the move here with the Mules defense being out there first?
Yeah, I think the Mules deferred there. It's hard to see through the.
I thought they did, but
it's hard to see through it. It's like watching through a glass that's kind of frosted.
Typically, you don't see the rain hitting the glass like it's doing here in Jackson, but that's where we are. Let me move that for you, Eric. Sorry about that. So now the Mules will have, the defense rather, will be out there to begin with. And, of course, that'll be big to see the Mules out there at 7 o'clock. And that means Week 5 is about ready to get underway. Brandy Morey, that's what we want to see. We want to see more firecrackers here tonight. Andrew Jefferson, let's bring back the big W. Yes, sir. I am with you 100%. So the Mules are going to kick off first. They're going to go from left to right to begin with. And now coming up here tonight, we will see the Indians. They'll be back deep to return for the Mules. Looks like we've got one of our football kids, Rowan Gowan, out there to kick it away for the Mules. Here we go. So now the Mules going to kick it off from the 40-yard line. Week 5 is underway. So now it's going to go at the 20-yard line. Good tackle there by the Mules by Devin Ferguson. And Ferguson, we are off and running here in the first quarter. We are live. So glad to have you alongside. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 37-yard line.
36.
36. Nope, 37.
Put it back?
Nope, 37. Yep. So 37-yard line is where the Jackson Indians will begin this series. Here we go now, and we're going to get a flag to begin the opening play. And I believe it's going to be on the Jackson Indians. Yes, it is. It'll be a false start here against the offensive line. Back them up 5 yards. And now it'll be 1st down and 15 for the Jackson Indians. We'll get to your comments coming up here tonight as well. We are standing up. There's a handoff. This one's going to be given. Good job there by the Mules. Boy, they swallowed up that one. So a quick handoff that time. This one is given to Jalen Hampton. And Hampton, they're going to go quick.
Oh, that's always fun.
They don't get any yards on the play. This one's a pass outside. This one is going to be taken down by Colt Clifford. Good job there by the Mules. No gain on the play as the quarterback for the Indians, Parsons, he got rid of that one pretty quick. Got it out to number 11, Ethan Turley. And now it's going to be a pass play. This one going down the field, and this one's going to be incomplete. And a quick 3 and out here as the Mules first defensive stance here. 4th down and 16. Tell you what, Brian, great job by the Mules defense on the first 3 plays of the football game.
Yeah, and you saw the ball kind of sail on them there, and he's throwing into the wind. So that was he really put something on that one.
Yes, he did. So now we're going to see the punt team come out for the Jackson Indians. So now high snap, good kick. And this one is going to be returned. The Mules going to move away from it. Smart play there by the Mules. And they just let it go. So just like that, the Mules now are going to come out on the football field for the first time. And now the Mules offense will take over. They will have it 1st down and 10 all the way on the 29-yard line of the Mules. So now here comes a Jay Edmondson. Edmondson now lining up shotgun formation. He's got a running back right behind him. It's going to be Devin Ferguson. Ferguson's going to get a few yards. That was a great job by the offensive line, Devin Ferguson. And that's one thing the Mules are going to want to exploit as much as possible. Take their time all the way up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 5 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd down and 5.
And that's what you got to do, stay ahead of the chains, keep it, short. 2nd and short, 3rd and even shorter.
So now here we go now. 2nd down and about 5 coming up for the Mules. Ferguson lining up right beside Edmondson. Edmondson now going from, good job by the defensive line by the Jackson Indians on the quick handoff. My goodness, Edmondson running over to the side to get the play call. So this one is going to go backwards a little bit. They lose about 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 7. And that's one area the Mules struggled with last week against the Tigers. For this season, the Mules are 43% on 3rd down conversions, and they've got 3rd and long here, 3rd down and 7. Edmondson out to pass. He gets it outside to Ferguson, and Ferguson's going to be dropped near the 34-yard line. So back-to-back 3-and-outs here by both sides. And now for the Jackson Indians, they will get the ball right back. So maybe 2 yards on the play. And now we're going to have the Mules punt team coming out. And Hunter Clifford, rather. He is going to punt the football away, standing at near the 21-yard line. And we'll see how far he kicks it here. And we'll see how much a wind plays a factor to begin with.
Yeah, it's going to come right towards us, and it comes right towards us.
Yes, it does. This one is going to take a Mules, going to be caught right there. Fair caught near the 31-yard line, maybe 32. Nope, they're going to mark him at the 31-yard line. Good kick that time by Hunter Clifford. And the Indians will have it 1st and 10 on their own 31-yard line. It is a good punt. Goes for 35 yards. One thing about Jackson, they're going to go fast here if they get the opportunity. Here is a quarterback keeper this time. Parsons, he is explosive, and he's going to get some running room, and he's going to be near midfield, and he's going to have the first Jackson first down of the ball game. And there is a flag down.
It was towards the end.
So now we'll see what the flag is.
It's at the end, so it's probably going to be a face mask or a horse collar.
It's probably going to be added. They're talking to the Mules sideline. So we'll see what they do here. They're going to get together.
Here's where the stats get fun.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you have to do that part, not me. So now the official walks this direction, and it's going to be against the Indians.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's still going to be, they're going to be all the way out to, it's going to be a first down Jackson. But it's going to mark him down at the 43-yard line?
Yep, 5-yard penalty.
Yep, so at the 43 now. So the first down will stand for the Indians. And now quickly Parsons here puts a man in motion. Parsons now. It's going to be a handoff. This one going up the gut. Good job there by the Mules. And it looks like Alexander Larkins, the first man through that time. Zach Crump gets the handoff, and he's going to get to about the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 4 yards. Jackson not wasting any time. They run the next play. It's a quarterback keeper, and he is off and running, and he's got a man to beat. He's tripped up. Good job by Caden Jenkins, and Jenkins saved the touchdown right there, Brian.
He did. Shoestring tackle there to keep him out of the end zone. Great block there on the outside to spring the quarterback open there.
So all the way down to the 26-yard line. Again, a quick handoff. So big first down. Zach Crump got the carry, but we've got a flag down back in the backfield. Look like this one may come back as well. It's going to be a hold against the Indians. So for the Indians, that is their second penalty. And that's going to back up the Indians. And they will mark him all the way back to the 30. Nope, make that the, here we go. They're going to mark him down on the 36-yard line. So now first down and 20. And now Parsons has it, going to hand the football off. And there's another big handoff, and he is off and running. And Hampton is going to get in and score. Oh, he stepped down at the 1. My goodness, Jalen Hampton takes that one all the way down to the 1-yard line. And that is a 1st and goal, Jackson. They are quickly going to hurry to the line. Another handoff. And this one is going to be in for the touchdown. So Hampton this time it does not miss, and he goes in, and he will score the opening points for the Jackson Indians. So now the Mules have to get serious here on offense. They had an opportunity to get the momentum in their favor, and now the extra point attempt coming up here. by Kai Crow. Here it is. It is up, and it is good. And just like that, the Indians now lead 7-0. We're back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Do you feel that rush of adrenaline? That's the feeling of over 100 years of Poplar Bluff football excellence. Let's make some history.
And touchdown! So that last drive by the Jackson Indians, it ends with a touchdown. And for the Indians, they take it down the field. They go 6 plays here on that drive, and they score the touchdown. So for the Mules, they are back out now. The offense will come back out, and let's see what the Mules here can do. We've got our first trivia question coming up tonight. Kai Crow to kick it off, and this one goes way out of bounds. And there comes the flags. All right, Tim. Let's put our first trivia question on the screen tonight. What do you say? The Poplar Bluff and Jackson Indians rivalry game has been played every year since when? There you go. There's you a good trivia question. Was it 1909, 1923, 1938, or was it 1944? The winner tonight on our first half trivia question will receive an amazing gift certificate from Pizza in Pizza, a large family feast, as well as a gift card worth $100 from Academy Sports and Outdoors. They're going to re-kick. So it looks like that the Indians are going to re-kick it here, Brian.
Yeah, it looks like the Mules took the penalty to re-kick, or...
So Kai Crow kicked it out of bounds.
Not only did he kick out, he had to have a holder hold it. The wind is blowing so hard.
The wind's blowing so hard. So we've got your trivia question up on the screen, and I will tell you that I did not come up with these questions. Actually, Brian Rosner helped me out tremendously this week. So, Brian, thank you so much for your expertise, my man.
I'm always full of useless trivia that my wife hates to listen to.
I'll tell you why he come up with the trivia here in just a moment. Let's get this kick. I feel like I need to address this here on the air, so we will. So Kai Crow is going to re-kick from the 35-yard line. Here we go. This one is going to stay inbounds. It'll be picked up at the 21-yard line. Oh, Xavier Jones dropped it for a moment. Oh, my goodness. Thankfully, he was able to re-fall on it there, Brian. That could have been disastrous.
Yes. Very disastrous, and he smartly fell right on it, didn't try to pick it back up and keep running.
So Mules will have it now, 1st and 10 on the 29-yard line. So now we'll see what Jay Edmondson and company can do on this second drive. Remember, hit that share button for us on social media. Let us know where you're watching. We want to hear from you tonight. Edmondson now, he is in the backfield. Caden Jenkins lines up beside him. There's a handoff to Jenkins. Jenkins tries to cut back upfield, and he'll be knocked down at the 32-yard line, a gain of 3 yards.
7-0. We've got 7:44.
So a 3-yard carry by Jenkins, second down and 7. We're doing triple duty tonight. Tim is on the camera. He is in the elements. Brian's doing paper stats, electronical stats, and I'm just sitting here talking. I feel like I'm not contributing here tonight.
You're doing your own stats.
I got Matt up here. He's doing everything here at Jackson. He's the guy that we got to, he's the reason why we got to sit inside the press box tonight.
Yep, did you tip him?
I did.
Okay, good.
Edmondson, quarterback keeper this time. He has been known to make something out of nothing, closer to a first down.
Flag on the play.
There is a flag down, and it's going to be a hold against the Mules. That will negate the 5-yard run. Instead, it'll bring up second down and about 17.
I mean, it really wasn't much of a hold. It was more of a, I'm falling, I need to hold on to somebody.
You can see, I tell you what, if you're watching us on camera, you can, Tim, if you point out, I can't see what you're doing, but if you point out toward the lights out there here at the pit, you'll see the wind and the rain really whipping around. They'll mark him back on the 22-yard line. It'll be second down and 17. 2nd down and 17, and the Mules now trying to once again keep their offense on the football field. Edmondson shotgun formation. Looks like Caden Jenkins lining up right beside him. Edmondson once again going to keep it himself. He spins around, and he's not going to get much, maybe up to around the 24-yard line. And that's a gain of only 2 yards by the quarterback. And it'll bring up 3rd down and long. 3rd and 15. Mules 0 for 1 so far here on 3rd down conversions in the ball game. So now here come the Mules.
And here's a tough spot. You're in 3rd and long. You've got the wind going left to right. You really can't do much, and you're on the far side of the field. So you watch the Mules go to the left here.
So now here is a handoff, and this one's going to be given to Caden Jenkins, and he is not going to have the 1st down, but he's going to be close out to the 36. He's about 3 yards shy.
Good little drop play there.
Boy, Jenkins did a great job on that one, a 12-yard pickup on a normal run. That would have been a 1st down.
Yeah, penalties will hurt you.
Yes, it will. The penalties hurt the Mules on that one. Edmondson, though, he is staying out on the field. What do you do here, Brian? 4th down and 3. Obviously, it's going to be a quarterback keeper, maybe?
Well, you maybe try and draw them off sides first, and then if you see something you like with the way they're lining up, they're kind of strange. Jackson's going to call a timeout because they were really giving them box there, opened up, and I think they were worried that they could get something off on them and wisely call a timeout here.
So Jackson calls their first timeout here. We're going to keep it here. And let's tell you our sponsors here this season. They include Ozark Total Healthcare, Senator Jason Bean, Maverick Glass, Edmondson, and Holt Attorneys at Law. Also being brought to you by our good friends at Air Solutions, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialist, Christian Automotive and Tire, and Subway in Poplar Bluff. Proud supporters of the Poplar Bluff Mules. So the Mules have a big 4th down coming up. Our trivia question, the Mules and the Indians rivalry game. It has been played every year since when? Was it 1909, 1923, 1938, or 1944? The answer may surprise you. Up for grabs tonight, it is that large family feast from Pizza Inn. It'll feed 4 to 6 people. And also that gift card from Academy Sports and Outdoors. It is worth $100. And no, Brian, you cannot win.
Oh,
I know you're wondering.
Yeah. Can my...
No.
Okay. I would say, can I text somebody?
4th down and 3, and the Mules look like they're going to line up for it this time. They may go for it here. Edmondson, 4th down and 3. Nope, they may be trying to draw the Indians off sides. You might be right, Brian.
He's got to try. Yep, that's what
they're trying. That's exactly what they did. They tried to draw them off sides, and not a bad move there. And now we get a timeout here by the Mules. All timeouts are being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge. We'll be back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Insurance decisions shouldn't be a shot in the dark. With expert advice, like a well-tailored suit. For auto, home, business, life, health, and even Medicare, make Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners your first choice for insurance. It's our family protecting your family.
All right, so here we go now. It is a 4th down and a 3 to go, and the Mules here, I kind of like this idea, Brian, by going ahead and kicking it away, maybe giving the Indians a longer field to work with.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to give them a short field, especially since they look like they figured something out that last drive, so make them earn it.
So now Clifford back to punt things away for the Mules. Once again, it's a slow count. Here is the snap. Good kick this time by Clifford, and it'll be taken at the 25-yard line. The Mules miss one tackle, they miss another, and they miss three. Fumble on the play. Clifford is in the middle, and I think the Mules may have recovered this one, Brian. Yes, they did. Hunter Clifford comes away with the fumble near midfield.
just the way they drew it up, right?
Just the way they threw it up indeed. Great job by the Mules. And Hunter Clifford, right place at the right time.
That's why you always follow the play. I mean, he was probably one of the last guys back because he's a punter, right?
Mules will have it now. 1st and 10. I think they're going to be just marked inside Jackson territory. They are on the 49-yard line. Good job by Clifford that time. Mules able to recover it. And now the Mules have it 1st and 10 on the Jackson 49-yard line.
Thing with turnovers, you get them, you got to take advantage of them.
And now Edmondson, he was in the backfield, Brian, but once again, he's doing this all season. He gets down to around the 44-yard line, so a gain of about 3 to 4 yards. I said 44-yard line, I meant 46. So a gain of 3 that time by Edmondson. So now it's 2nd down and 7. This one right here, Brian, is a present for the Mules.
Yeah, like I said, you got to take advantage, and right now they need to get a few yards here to set up an easy 3rd down for themselves, which they haven't done so far yet.
So now Edmondson goes over the middle.
Open.
He's
Nice.
got a man there, and that'll be enough for a Subway 1st down. Derek Burton gets his first catch of the ball game, and that is a Subway 1st down. All the way down to the 38-yard line of the Indians, a gain of 8 yards. So now the Mules have it 1st and 10, taking their time. One thing about the Mules is very methodical on these play calls.
I had to use my fingers to add that one up, sorry.
I was going to say, what are you doing there, Brian?
That's why I
thought maybe I was misplacing my numbers here.
If my math teacher could see me now.
She'd be proud.
Oh, no.
No, he says. All right, the Mules going left to right here. Edmondson in the wind and the rain. It's going to be another quarterback keeper trying to bounce outside. He's able to get away from 1. He gets away from 2, but not going to get away from a 3rd. He is going to lose some yards all the way back to the 41, a loss of 3 yards. Boy, he tried to bounce outside, just unable to get where he needed to be. Cape Central, they lead right now 21-0 with 5:07 to go in the first. Farmington, they lead Sykeston 12-0. That game is 9:10 left in the first quarter as well. So now Edmondson coming back over to the huddle, and they'll break, and now we'll see what play they're going to run. 2nd down and 13 on the 41-yard line. Edmondson right in front of us here at the window. Shotgun formation. He's going to throw again. He's got a man there. Short yardage. And
36.
Yep, that's going to be Brant Bell getting his first catch of the season. Bell not going to get a whole lot of yardage there, but did get a little bit.
Yeah, linebacker was spying him, and then they didn't get a blocker out to him, so that was a pretty easy tackle for him.
So 3rd down and 11 from the 39-yard line. Boy, what do you draw up in this situation? 3rd down and 11.
Not much you can do with the wind, and unless you catch somebody napping.
He's going to throw again. He's got a man. This one is Caden Jenkins. It is a Subway 1st down, and they are near the red zone. They will be in the Baldwin Toyota red zone. Caden Jenkins gets out in space. He makes the catch and gets the Mules a Subway 1st down inside the red zone. Boy, that was a nice 19-yard pickup there on 3rd down and 11.
Very nice. Just what the Mules needed there.
Yes, it is. And now the Mules inside the red zone here. Mules, when they get this deep in the red zone, so far this year, they are 50%. They are 4 out of 8 scoring touchdowns. Caden Jenkins, a big cut indeed, and that is another Subway 1st down inside the 10-yard line to about the 7.
He saw that hole open up and was like, thank you, I'll take it.
He went 13 yards all the way down to the 7-yard line. It is now 1st and goal. Mules are 4 out of 8 on the season when they are inside the red zone.
I'm going to look for a read option here again.
I get to sit down here for a second. As the Mules are on the right side of the 50, Edmondson this time. He's going to keep it himself. He goes back upfield, and he'll be knocked down inside the 5, at the 4, maybe the 3. We're going to spot him at the 3, I believe. 3 or 4.
Well, looks like the far judge going out about the 3.5.
Okay, so we're going to give him the 3.
Yep.
2nd and goal on the 3-yard line. Our ball game today being brought to you by Country Road Market, Barker's Towing and Auto Repair, Pizza Inn, Village Express, and Poplar Bluff Monument Works. 50 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. Jackson leads by 7. The Mules now trying to drive it in the end zone. Edmondson, shotgun formation. This will be a run for sure. This one up the gut here to Ferguson, I believe. And that is a Mules touchdown. So Ferguson with the touchdown, and the Mules are an extra point away from tying this ball game. Ferguson, 3 yards for the score, and the Mules are a point away. Edmondson, the holder, Clifford, the kicker. 34 seconds and counting. Mules here an extra point. Here is the snap. The kick is on the way, and it's good. And the Mules have come back and tied this ball game. It is now a 7-7 score. Let's see the booms coming in as the Mules have tied it. We're back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Poplar Bluff Monument Works is dedicated to care, compassion, and community. For more than 50 years and passed down through generations, Poplar Bluff Monument Works has been an important piece of our community, standing with us in our most difficult moments while we grieve the loss of a loved one. Poplar Bluff Monument Works is there to guide you through the entire process. From vision and design concepts to the expertly etched stone monument that beautifully reflects your loved one's life. Poplar Bluff Monument Works, memories carved in stone.
Facebook and YouTube is lighting up right now. The Mules scoring big. That drive goes before the punt. It goes 8 plays in all, 4 after the punt. We talked about this, Brian. That's what the Mules needed right there, was a big score following that turnover.
Yeah, always need an answer, and that was a big answer.
Right now it is 12-0 Farmington at the end of 1. And now for the Mules, Gowan coming up, usually our soccer kicker. He is out there tonight for the Mules. You know how I know he's a soccer kicker? He's wearing the green shoes. He's got a good boot. This one kicked all the way back to the 5-yard line. And the returner is going to get to about the 25 to 27-yard line. Looks like Blaine Reagan is going to be the man to bring it out. Good job by the Mules there on special teams. It'll be 1st and 10 all the way back at the 25-yard line. So now Crump is in at running back. It's 1st down and 10.
Ooh,
boy, what a run that time,
yeah,
up the gut.
He got some steam and was gone.
All the way out to the 40.
And they're going to go hurry up right after the 1st down, so that gets you on your heels.
Yes, it is. So a 15-yard pickup there on 1st down. We are tied for the moment, but the Indians, I believe there's 15 seconds here left in the quarter. Each team, by the way, with 2 timeouts left here in the first half. You can hear that wind really whipping around. Another handoff. This one goes to the left,
right through.
And this one goes right through, and what a good job there by the Mules, Dylan Hall, as he makes a big stop. And Crump again, 2 plays are inside Mules territory, down to the 40-yard line. They're not messing around. Jackson going to try to run one more play before the end of the quarter. They do. Another handoff. This one again goes to Hampton, and the ball, it came out, but he's going to be down before the fumble, and Hampton is going to get it to around the 35-yard line. So a gain of 3 yards on the play brings up 2nd and 5. When we come back, we have reached the end of the first quarter. We are all tied on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Russian Towing and Automotive is here to help. A cracked windshield or unexpected car trouble? Russian Towing has you covered. Since 1956, the Russian family has been dedicated to keeping our roads safe. Now Russian's Towing offers comprehensive auto repairs, on-site
Okay,
windshield
so
repairs,
they began a little bit
and full
early
windshield
here as
replacements.
the Indians.
Whether it's a cracked
It's
windshield,
going to be
an
a
oil
handoff
change,
to
unexpected
Hampton,
car
and he's
trouble,
going to be
or you
near the 25-yard line. So Hampton picks up about 10 yards on that play, and that's how this second quarter is going to begin. And they are wasting no time. Jackson here, another handoff. Well, I tell you what, they've got the Mules number right now on these handoffs. This time inside the 10-yard line to about the 5.
He's at the 5.
And that was Crow that time on the handoff. Kai Crow is going to get all the way down inside the 5-yard line, but there is a flag down. It is back on the 21-yard line.
Back him up.
Our score should be right now. I think we missed an extra point there by the Mules. Now it's fixed. Sorry about that, folks. We are working in the rain and the wind. They're going to mark him down.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold and then
another. So 2 holds. Yep, 2 holds against the Indians.
They made sure they held him good.
So now the Indians, they're going to mark him back on the 31-yard line is where they will mark him down. So it'll be first down and about 16.
That's fun because it's a 10-yard penalty, but you ran for some, but it doesn't count, but maybe it does count.
Maybe it did count somewhat.
But it doesn't count.
It's going to be another handoff. This one to Jalen Hampton. Hampton is going to be taken inside the 20. He'll be near the first down marker. I think he's got it. He will have it near the 15-yard line. Said the wrong name there. I apologize. That was Zach Crump. Looked right at the name when I said Hampton. All the way down to the 15-yard line. So Parsons, he is inside the 10-yard line. This one direct.
That's first down.
Yes, it is. It is another Jackson first down as Parson is going to get inside the 10 to the 8, a gain of 7. So now here we go.
Good.
This one again. Oh boy, the Mules that time all over that run play. Great job by Connor Stevens. Also Lincoln Warren out there as well.
Yeah, got good inside pressure up the middle and was able to get to him before he was able to find the hole. Lost 2.
So they're going to move it back to the 11. So here we go. Mules defense did a great job on that stop. This one, the flags, or I should say the play is going to be whistled down.
It's going to be an illegal procedure.
And it's going to be a procedure, yes, against the Indians.
Another 5 yards
so
back.
We'll back them up. So back to the 15 or so yard line.
Yep, 16, and it's a goal to go, so no first down here. But at the same time, it also it doesn't squeeze in the field, so you got a little bit more room to navigate there for the offense. Not that they want to be back this far,
Larson,
but as you see,
fake the handoff. He's going to the end zone and overthrown. Boy, good try there by the receiver there by the Indians. That was a great opportunity. Just overthrown at Peyton Kite.
Yeah, the wind definitely sailed that one.
Yes, it did.
And it's going. It's at his back, so that definitely just a little touch to it, but it's still just. Whoo, it was almost into the bushes.
3rd and goal coming up now for the Indians.
Big play here for the Mules.
Big play defensively. Parsons keeps it, and what a good tackle by the Mules. Connor Stevens wrapped his big arms around Parsons and would not let go.
Here comes the kicking unit.
That was a great job there by Connor Stevens. He has made plays all season long, and they will have it right at the 15-yard line.
Maybe a 31-yard field goal into the wind.
Into the wind.
Or with the wind in his back, but left to right, so it's going to push it to the right.
So Crow has the leg. It is on the way, and it's good. Boy, that's one thing. That is one thing that Jackson has. A field goal is up and good, and now Crow gives them a 10-7 lead. But I got to tell you, that was great defense by the Mules, only allowing them a field goal We'll come right back in 30 seconds after we hear from Subway on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Hey Mules fans, hungry for a deal? Head over to Subway in Poplar Bluff where you can buy 2, get 1 free on footlong subs all day long. Whether you're fueling up before the big game or celebrating a win, Subway has you covered. Don't forget to ask about our team deals and catering options. Perfect for any sports event or team gathering. Subway, food that fuels the Mules.
So we are back here. The Mules giving up the field goal to Kai Crow and the Indians, but the Mules only allow 3 points. And I would say, Brian, that's a win for the Mules defense.
It is. Now you got to take advantage by putting up 7.
Absolutely indeed. Let us know where you're watching from tonight. Make sure and hit that share button for us on social media. And the kickoff here. And the Mules will have it 1st and 10 on the 20. So now for the Mules, they will come out. They're going to go from right to left on your radio and your TV screen. We've got a huge crowd following tonight on each of our platforms.
No, great. Don't go putting pressure on me.
No pressure at all, Brian. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Adding in correctly? Yeah, we're doing that real good right now.
Use your fingers.
Yeah.
So now Edmondson coming back out. Mules scored the last time out. They're going to go right to the air on this first throw. They've got a man on the outside, and this one is nearly picked off.
Wind blew that one down.
Yep, it was intended for Hunter Clifford. It's 2nd down and 10. 9:32 to play here in the first half. Mules and the Indians. Indians lead by 3. It is a 10-7 ball game.
That was Edmondson's first incompletion. It was 4-4 before that.
Cape Central, they lead 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. Thomas already with 4 touchdowns on 176 yards.
The game is so changed because in a night like this, like maybe 10, 20 years ago, there's no way you don't want to throw more than 5 times in the whole game.
So Edmondson, he's going to keep it himself, and he's going to go nowhere this time. Edmondson quickly 3rd down, coming up in 10 from the 20-yard line.
Again, behind the chains is going to be tough.
So now the Mules here, momentum-wise, you got to believe Jackson has some of the momentum right now. 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. So what offensive play can you do? It was 3rd down and 13 earlier, and the Mules got a big first down on 19 yards. What do you have here on the on your own 20-yard line?
Somebody make a cut and hope your defender falls.
So Ferguson is going to be the running back here. Edmondson, he's back to throw. He's inside the pocket. He's got some time to throw, and he's going to go over the middle, incomplete. It was intended for Logan Slack, and that's going to be a 3-and-out here for the Mules.
They gave him all the space and dropped all their defenders back, and they were not going to give him anything to throw to. But he had a little window there, and unfortunately couldn't connect.
He could not connect, and now because of it, it's going to be a 3-and-out here for the Mules. For the Mules, Hunter Clifford back out to kick. He is standing at his own 12 or make that 7-yard line. Good snap. There's the kick, and this one is going to go take a Mules bounce. Well, it's going to go out of bounds near midfield. So Jackson will have it on their own 47, 48-yard line, and that is where the Indians will take over.
Good field position for Jackson, so that's not now you got to get a 3-and-out yourself.
So they're already in Mules territory at the 47, or make that 48 rather.
Uh-oh, we got a flag down.
No, we had a flag down. Yep, didn't see it at first.
How can you see through that window right now? That thing is.
So so the Mules are gonna re-kick.
It's like watching a Picasso football game. Well, no, maybe Monet. It was definitely a Monet. Yeah.
So the Mules are going to get moved back a little bit. Now they're going to kick it from their end zone. I see why they want to re-kick.
No doubt. That's a smart play.
Clifford is in his own end zone. So now the Mules have got to figure out a way to get this ball in the air. And this one is a shorter kick, but it does take a Mules bounce.
Hey, better field position.
Oh, my goodness, a lot better. It's going to be down. Slack touches it on the 47-yard line. This time, Jackson will have it in their own territory. So the penalty works out pretty good for the Mules that time.
Hey, that's the right call to make as your coach, or to make them re-kick it. But there, you just never know. Ball bounces your way, or sometimes it doesn't.
Kenny Hosler is tuning in today. Thank you so much,
Doctor.
Yep. He says that's what he said. He said enjoying the broadcast. Kenny Hosler back in Poplar Bluff. Glad to have you alongside. Parsons now rolling out. He'll throw. And he's got a man there, and the Mules miss a tackle. And it'll be all the way down to around the 30.
Good catch and run there. Again, slipped away, and number 11 on the catch there.
Evan Turley with a huge gain, and he is all the way down inside. He's at the 35-yard line. And now
another run up the middle there, and they're running right up tempo to keep the Mules off their heels, and we're to the 21.
That time it was Zach Crump.
Crump again.
So Crump and the Indians right now, they are running right through the Mules. This time it's going to be stopped on the 14, maybe 15-yard line. So now the Mules here be on the 15-yard line. Jackson wasting no time. Parsons, he'll keep it himself, and this time he runs into a brick wall. Good job by the Mules that time. I believe that was...
Should bring up third down and short.
They give him...
Yep, 1 yard short. They're going to run short. Quick. Hand off to the 3 there, and he's going to make it in.
He's going to get into the end zone. So an Indian touchdown.
7:21 left in the half.
So now the Indians are going to could lead by as many as 10. It is a 16-7 score now.
Again, that up-tempo offense from Jackson just keeps you on your heels. I mean, you barely can catch your breath, let alone try to figure out what they're going to do next.
The kick is on the way. It is up, and it's good. We'll be back in 30 seconds. It's now a 10-point game on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Russian Towing and Automotive is here to help. A cracked windshield or unexpected car trouble? Russian Towing has you covered. Since 1956, the Russian family has been dedicated to keeping our roads safe. Now Russian's Towing offers comprehensive auto repairs, on-site windshield repairs, and full windshield replacements. Whether it's a cracked windshield, an oil change, unexpected car trouble, or you need a tow, it's Russians to the rescue at 573-785-6349.
So the Mules now trail 17-7 here, and let's talk to Brian Rosner about some of our official stats here in the first half. We'll do that here in just a moment here. The kickoff by Crow, it'll be taken at the 5-yard line. Mules, and I'll tell you what, that was a great return by Colt Clifford all the way down to the 25-yard line. So where do you see things right now for the Mules?
This is a big offensive possession for the Mules. They really need to put some points on the board. We got 7:16 left in the half, and you get a nice 2-3 minute drive and get some momentum back. 3 and out's the last thing you need. So this is a big momentum part in the game.
It's a 10-point game right now, and no reason to panic if you're Poplar Bluff. Make sure and hit that share button for us on social media. Let us know where you're watching. A low snap. Edmondson's going to pick it up, and he'll get maybe a couple of yards. He'll run it to the 27, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. It is 7 minutes now to go here in the first half. Remember, the Mules will get the ball back here to begin the second half. This will be big if the Mules can put points on the board. Plenty of time.
Yeah, that looked like an uh-oh play. Ball came out a little low, and I don't know if he got it up high enough to get up the handoff or if that was just a design run for Jay, but he quickly put his head down and ran upfield.
Mules here trying to be competitive. They're down by 10. Lots of time in this half. Going to hand it off to Caden Jenkins. Jenkins will bounce outside to around the 30-yard line, and now it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 5. So Jenkins will get 3 yards on the carry, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and manageable. Brian, where are we at right now on 3rd down conversions for Poplar Bluff?
That's a good question. I was not keeping up with that right now. Let's see, not too well. They had that big one there earlier, and that's about it, the 19-yard pass.
Well, luckily for you, I'm keeping up with it, my friend. We're 1 for 4 so far tonight.
1 for 4, there you go.
That was a pop quiz. You failed. No, I'm kidding.
Like I said, it's hard to do it with your standing and turning. Yeah.
Edmondson's going to throw outside. It's going to be caught, and no, he's going to drop it as soon it went over his fingertips. Logan Slack again, and this one's going to bring up 4th down and 5.
Yeah, even if he caught that, he wasn't going very
No, he was going to be tackled the moment he had it. So Jackson, boy, the momentum right now has really shifted since the Mules got that fumble recovery. They did score. They're down by 10 points, and now Clifford has a little bit of breathing room here to kick with.
But you're kicking into the wind, too. So if
you're kicking into the wind. You need a Mules bounce.
Jackson, the returner, is only at the zone 45, so he's not thinking it's going far.
There's a kick, and this one's a good kick here for the Mules. This one's going to sail out of bounds, maybe the 49-yard line. And that is where the Mules, or I should say the Indians, will take over. They're at their own 49-yard line. I tell you what, one thing that has really worked out well for the Indians is that no-huddle offense. It has really got the Mules off of their A game since scoring that touchdown.
It's got me off my game. I can't even keep up with this. It's like as soon as you write down the number, boom, they're on the ball.
17-7, the Mules miss a tackle. Alexander missed one, and now Parsons is going to get out of bounds, and he may have gained a couple of yards on that, all in all.
Yeah, he's in the Mules territory, about the 49, looks like. Got 2 on it.
That's a good run by Parsons.
Yeah.
He saw Alexander coming, and he was able to get out of harm's way. And now they're going to mark him. Well, they're going to mark him back at the 50.
Yep, 50.
So only a 1-yard gain that time, not two.
Avoid the sack there. Looks like we have a chain issue there.
It gives us the time to get our stats adjusted. So, by the way, the Mules and the Indians rivalry they begin playing every year since when? We'll have Tim put that question up on the board. Hit that share button. Let us know the answer. We'll pick a winner coming up at halftime.
I'll give you a hint. It's not the same answer as the one before.
There is the handoff. This is going to be a 1st down. Good run, no doubt, by Crump. And Crump is all the way up to the 40 of the Mules.
Official timeout. Water break.
Maybe a water break indeed. So let's keep it here, and the Mules right now.
No, we got a mule down.
No, we do got a mule down, don't we? Yep. Let's see what number that is. Oh, we've got the coach in front of us here, so we'll have to wait and see. Both of us have our binoculars out. Are you getting any luck there, Brian? Not so much.
No. Yeah, it's blurry.
It's pretty blurry.
I may need to go to the eye doctor next week.
Yep, I'm thinking the same thing. Is that Connor Stevens? Can't see which one that is. So right now we're waiting for the coach here. The player has set up, thankfully. 35-0 Cape Central.
Looks like an ankle issue.
Yep.
And it's got to be hard to get, any kind of traction out there. I mean, the turf is it's not muddy, but it's slick. So, it's slick.
No, that's going to be Bryce Dobbs.
Yep.
That time. I just saw an 8.
Yeah.
And, boy, that's a big loss there. Dobbs has had a great season, a junior for the Mules, and he's not able to put much weight at all on that ankle. He is being helped off as we speak.
Yeah, probably just, didn't get that cleat in there just right, or somebody got around on him. So hopefully that'll be something he can wrap up and
another handoff. This time the Mules, Caden Jenkins, also Aguilar.
And back on the ball quick, aren't they?
Yeah, they are back quick on the ball after a 5-yard pickup. And now Parsons, he's going to throw over the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Turley.
Mules defended that well, had him bracketed on either side, so it was lucky that Jackson was fortunate that the ball sailed a little bit with the wind.
3rd down and 5. Farmington leads Sykeston 24-0 right now. It is 1:06 left in the first half.
Here's his big play with 5 minutes left here in the half because
they're going to hand the ball off, and that's going to be a first down and then some. Tried to break it as Hampton is able to get a Jackson first down and keep the chains moving all the way down to the 18-yard line. Boy, the Mules here definitely need a big stop here. Good job there at that time by the Mules. So Spencer Nunn on the tackle. That time, Crump able to go nowhere, maybe a yard it looks like.
Yeah, they gave him a yard.
Gave him a yard of forward progress. 4:37 here in the first half remaining. Going to be a handoff to Hampton. Hampton this time is going to get to near the make that 12-yard line. So a gain of about 5 on that play.
And that was all on the offensive line. They just kind of pushed forward, surged it, and he just kind of fouled them through there.
So it's 3rd and 4. Mules would love to hold them to maybe 3 points. Wait a minute, did the ball come out?
Yeah, they're saying the ball came out.
They're going to say the ball popped out, and the Mules recovered it.
Oof, 4:13 left in the half, and they got a big play there.
That is huge. The ball came loose, and the Mules end up recovering it. They will have it 1st and 10.
You know, the safeties were pointing right away that they had it, so they had a better view of it. So it must have popped out on the way before he got to the ground, and they were able to pounce on it.
So now the Mules recover it, so that's a huge present. 4:13. Mules recover, and now the Mules offense trotting back out on the football field. So now Edmondson is going to hand the football off to Jenkins. Jenkins cuts up field, and he is not going to get much to about the 15. So a gain of 2 yards on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and about 8. We've seen that a time or two on 1st down. So Mules only gained 2 yards on the play. And now it'll bring up 2nd down and 8. Clock is down to 3:45 here in the first half. Jackson leads by 10. Mules get the ball back to begin the second half. Mules would love a 2-for-1 opportunity here.
Yeah, but just to keep it away from them for the next three and a half minutes would be a win.
Be a huge win. Caden Jenkins lining up beside Edmondson. They put Hall in motion. Edmondson's going to have to get rid of it, and he is going to he's still up somehow.
How did he get away from that?
How did he get away, and he gets a pass off? Dylan Hall ends up with a big catch on the far side.
That's just Edmondson just keeping his feet moving, getting away from guys. Maybe slipped away literally from them and, picked up a
yard.
Yeah, yard. That's the biggest.
Picked up 1 yard.
That's a yard. Hey, that's a
It's a well-earned yard for sure. But it's a 3rd down and 7. Mules are 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversions. 3:17 to play. Got to get a first down here, Brian.
Yeah, he ran 15 yards for that 1 yard, and now you need a first down here for sure, especially since you're kicking into the wind.
Jenkins in the backfield. Edmondson, shotgun. 3rd down and 7, 1 for 5. This time, he's going to run it himself. I don't think he's got the first down. He does not.
He saw an opening, and then it went away quick.
Yes, it did.
That window got slammed shut.
Maybe a yard, and that's about it. Out to the 17-yard line. 4th down and 6. So now Clifford again coming out for the kick. And now Jackson is going to have a little bit of time before halftime. Mules have forced a couple of turnovers, only scored on 1 of them.
Yeah, they're going to have 2.5 minutes and 2 timeouts. So they got plenty of time.
That's a lot of time. Yes,
it
is.
They like to run quick.
So now Clifford, it's 4th down and 6.
They're going to let the clock run down and take a timeout.
So Clifford here standing at his own 5-yard line. It is a 10-point game. Mules scored 7, and that's it. And now we're going to get here the whistle and the timeout called by the Mules. Mules have 1 timeout remaining here in the first half. Let's step away for 30 seconds, and we'll come right back on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Refresh and refuel at Village Express, your ultimate fuel partner. Fill up on $30 or more in fuel and get a free fountain drink. Show your school spirit and wear a Poplar Bluffs Mules shirt and get an exclusive grab-and-go game day meal for cheap. Wings and 2 sides for just $5.99. Village Express is located on the corner of PP Highway and West Boulevard. Your official fuel partner for every Poplar Bluff football game.
All right, so we are back here following that Larry Hillis Dodge timeout. 2:25 on the clock. It is a 4th down and 6. The Poplar Bluff and Jackson rivalry started or has been played every year since when? Was it 1909, 1923, 1938, or 1944?
I gave you a hint. It wasn't the last same answer as the last time.
All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. Clifford now with the kick, and that's a better kick, and it's going to be a line drive right at the 46-yard line.
Good coverage.
And Turley that time unable to go far. He gets to about the 44 of the Mules.
2-yard little return. Now you have 2:16 left and 2 timeouts.
So now the Indians have a lot of time to put points on the board before halftime.
And a short field, too.
And a very short field. The wind still whipping the rain. Jackson going from left to right. So Crump lines up right beside the quarterback.
Jet sweep.
Instead, it's going to be a handoff to Crow, and this time Mules miss one, only missed 2 tackles. Oh my goodness, and he is gone. And he is brought down by J.R. Lathan. Crow. And was that a penalty come in late? Looks like a flag came in late.
Yep.
And this one's going to be against the Indians. Man, the Mules had him stopped in the backfield for a big-time loss twice, and he still was able to get away.
Yeah, it looked like a couple Mules kind of bumped into each other to free him from up. It was just one of those unfortunate plays, but then the flag comes in after it, and Mules get to catch a break.
They catch a small break. It'll be at the 48-yard line.
So it's a 2-yard loss, but it's still first down, and there's 2:02 left in the half.
I would say it's a bigger loss for that. So now there's the run play. The Mules this time not letting much develop. Good job at that time by Poplar Bluff. That was on Lincoln Warren who got the stop. So Lincoln Warren, it's going to be out to the 44, a gain of 4 yards. 2nd down and 10, and we're going to get a timeout. Poplar Bluff. It is a Larry Hillis Dodge at timeout. The Mules taking their final timeout here of the first half. Coming up at halftime, we'll break it all down for you. Also coming up, we've got a special guest at halftime. Maybe you heard of him. Brian Rosner is going to tell us about a huge event coming up in October to Poplar Bluff. We're going to give away this gift card and this pizza from Pizza Inn. Our broadcast tonight being brought to you by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Russians Towing, Baldwin Toyota, Ozark Legacy Partners Insurance. Also being brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. So 2nd down and 10, 1:41. Mules, no timeouts remaining in the first half. They put Crow in motion. Here is the handoff. This one goes to Hampton. Hampton spins around, and he'll get to about the 35, 36, 35.5-yard line.
Going to bring up a 3rd and short. Clock is running with 1:27.
So Hampton gets it close to the first down marker. Another handoff to Hampton, and he'll have a Jackson first down to the 27 that time. So it is a first down Jackson, 1:18 to go here before halftime. Plenty of time for the Indians to add points on the board. Parsons, he is back to pass, and the Mules miss him again, but not a second time. Boy, Connor Stevens went down awkwardly, as did Larkins. Ferguson also in on the stop as well.
Yeah, Jackson's going to take a timeout here with a 1:01 left.
So Jackson with 1 timeout left here before halftime. Well, I'll tell you what, Jackson, after giving up the tying touchdown, they have come out and they have been they've been a load to handle. 1:01 to go, all the way down to the 26-yard line. The Indians, they lead by 10 points. They did have that 31-yard field goal kick earlier in this ball game. The wind still continues to whip around the rain, and honestly, we're going to have the rain issue, I think, pretty much the entire ball game.
Pretty much till tomorrow.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
we've got some information from the swim team from Beth Lewis. This is to you, Brian. The boys swim team broke 2 school records today. Owen McDaniel broke his own breaststroke record. And Henry Duncan broke his own 100 fly record. There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Miss Lewis.
That 100 breaststroke, I know a guy who once held that. It was my son used to have that record, yeah.
Hampton got some block. He did.
Yep.
And he is going toward
in.
the end zone, and I think he got in. No, they're going to say he is down to about the 1.
Yep.
So the Mules giving up a 25-yard run. And now the Indians have all the momentum. They're going to hand the football off again to Hampton. This time he scores. So it's a touchdown, Jackson, and now they lead 23-7.
Big quarter for them.
Huge quarter indeed. The Mules cannot stop the run in this quarter. Still 50 seconds left. Mules have no timeouts. The extra point attempt coming up. Here is the extra point. It is on the way. It's up. It's a short one.
Short kicked it, but did not go through.
It didn't. Did it go through?
We have. He's pointing out. Illegal shift.
Illegal shift. Yep.
Yeah, that was weird. I don't know. I'd like to see a replay of that because I don't know what. Everything looked awkward on the play.
I'm not sure if we're doing replay tonight or not, to be honest with you. We had to alter our video equipment because of the wind and the rain, and I told Tim, it's all on you tonight. Don't worry about what I'm doing.
He's always got a tough assignment.
Yeah, he's got a huge one tonight.
So it must have been on the mule. Wait, it must have been on the Mules because they're bringing out.
Yeah, they're bringing out their offense now.
Offense, yeah. Do they have too many men on the field? I don't know. That.
So the Mules now. They're going to run it, and this time the Mules are going to stop him.
Look like.
So for Poplar Bluff, they stopped the run that time, and it's going to end up being 23-7, and that is the score for the time being. The question is,
will it matter?
Can the Mule? Well, yeah, that too.
It may. Every point
counts.
But
I was going to say, can the Mules end up and get some points here coming up?
Hey, a nice kick return here. Get out to midfield. You got time. Anything can happen, but it starts with a return.
Kind of a surprise here on YouTube. Valley Catholic, they lead Caruthersville 30-0. Kind of surprised by that one.
Valley Catholic, always
they're good.
Yeah,
they are
always good.
They are.
Caruthersville's having a good year too.
They're good.
Yep.
I wonder how much this weather is affecting all the games, not just here, but all over Southeast Missouri.
Well, as coaches love to tell me back when I was a reporter, both teams got to play in it.
So now that was his message here today. The ball comes loose, but good job by the Mules to fall on it right there on the 20-yard line. So Mules will have it 1st and 10 on the 20. So Brian, 46 seconds, no timeouts.
Ooh.
You would think they would play this smart and run the football, maybe to go into halftime down 23-7.
Yeah, I would.
Because if the Mules can come out and score to begin the second half, you're down by 10 points.
Yeah,
maybe 9.
Yeah, and at the same time, take your shot maybe on 1st or 2nd down. If you get something going, great. If not, like I said, just run that clock. They're going to go on the inside
hand it off to Ferguson, and the run is not there right now. The run has not been there for several series. And this one is going nowhere as Ferguson is going to gain no yards on the play. It looks like Bluff is going to be content with going into halftime down 23-7.
Now they can let their clock run out because the play clock's at 30 right now. We got about 20 seconds left, but they're going to try to run one more play because why not?
Maybe one more play.
Yeah.
Edmondson here.
And Jackson's playing it pretty tight. They're not backing up, but Jay's going to try to. Jay's
going to try to run it, and he's going to go nowhere this time, and that's going to be the end of the first half.
A very eventful second quarter.
Well, 5 seconds is left, and the clock stops. You can hear that wind whipping around in the crowd mic down below. They're going to mark him down to the 17, I believe.
Yep.
So a 3-yard loss on that one. Still 5 seconds left. Oh, no, the 22-yard line.
I still have no idea what they stopped the play for or clock for.
So they end up and they gave Edmondson a couple of yards on that. So 5 seconds is all that remains. It's 3rd down and 8. Now the clock runs down to 0. It was stopped at 5 for a long time.
I think we had a flag, and they gave them the 5 yards, and that's why the clock had to run out after they started.
Gotcha.
That was, I did not see a
So
signal.
we have reached halftime here at the pit. Mules down at 23-7. We've got a great halftime for you. Don't go anywhere. We're coming right back in just a moment. Let's take a 3-minute timeout, and we'll come back, and we'll have our halftime report. Mules down 23-7 on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
Here's a quick and easy test to see if you need new tires. Insert a penny upside down, and if you see the top of Honest Abe's head, your tread is too low. If you don't, you're good to go. So when it's time for new tires, remember, Christian Automotive and Tire, keeping you safe on the road.
Imagine playing sports, reading, or driving without needing contact lenses or glasses. The eye LASIK procedure at Eye Care Specialists could be the answer to help you improve your vision. Call Eye Care Specialists to schedule a free screening.
Maverick Glass offers repair of automotive, commercial, and residential glass, including mobile repair services. From a chipped windshield to a custom glass shower, remember Maverick Glass. Thank you for making Maverick Glass the area's leading glass company for more than 30 years. Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers is a third-generation family-owned jewelry and repair store who have served the Poplar Bluff community for over 60 years.
Our family has always worked hard to provide the finest jewelry creations and service imaginable.
Pizza Inn wants to know, what's your favorite slice? Is it our classic Supreme in all its warm, cheesy goodness? Or maybe it's the Meaty Max with its perfect combination of flavors and textures. And don't forget the fan favorite chocolate chip cookie dessert pizza, a mouth-watering masterpiece. Your Poplar Bluff Pizza Inn serves up all your favorites, so no matter what slice you crave, Pizza Inn will satisfy. Pizza Inn, where family and flavor meet.
Baldwin Toyota presents the benefits of owning a Toyota. Fuel efficiency. Toyota pioneered hybrid technology combining gasoline and electric power for optimal fuel economy. Reliability. Toyota vehicles are known for their durability and longevity, reducing the risk of costly repairs. A strong resale value. Toyota owners are more likely to fetch a higher price compared to similar models from other brands. Experience these benefits and more firsthand at Baldwin Toyota.
And we are back here live at halftime, brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, and the Mules down at 23-7 here at halftime. I've got Brian Rosner with me, so now I get to ask you a question I've always wanted to ask. How does it feel to call a game for a half instead of being down there reporting on the sideline, or even better yet, doing stats, just stats up in the press box?
Well, usually I talk to myself on the sideline to try to make sure I get the stats right, and it's hard to not say who. And I don't have a roster in front of me, so I'm really unprepared today. Like, this is the most unprepared I felt since probably 1999 when I rolled out my publisher truck. And he said, cover a football game that I'd never done before. So, yeah, this is definitely different.
Well, to be fair, we weren't I wasn't planning on having you as the color commentator, but I'm glad you are. I mean, you know what you're talking about. Plus, in these conditions, I mean, it really makes things really a lot easier. Folks love it. I mean, have you had any bad text messages so far?
There's a few that were like wondering what's going on, and I'm like, I don't know either. So, yeah. The hard part is I have to watch this game again tonight for the defensive tackles.
Yes, you do.
Definitely going to not listen to anything. Yeah,
you're going to put the mute button on and just watch it.
On. Yeah, this is going to be.
So let's
painful.
talk about this first half here tonight. Jackson with only 115
yards.
Don't
look at those. Don't look at those stats.
Don't look at those.
Yeah,
let me go to my stats.
I got it.
Okay, that's a lot different. Okay, so we'll go with my stats here tonight. We see, Brian and I, we coordinate our stats, and I usually use his, but tonight, Jackson with 16 first downs. They've got 30 carries, 271 yards, only 17 yards through the air. And you look at the Mules right now, only 50 yards on the ground in the first half. That is the big difference. And then he is 32 yards so far through the air. Mules 1 for 6 right now on third down conversions. That in itself is a big difference right there.
And a key stat that you don't go into those stats is where your offense starts. So the Jackson offense has started some really short fields where the Mules have been backed up in their end of the field. So the fact that Jackson doesn't have they could have a lot more yards, obviously, because of just where they've started from. And the wind has played a huge factor there, especially in the second quarter. The team that was going, right to left, was into the wind, really struggled during those quarters. Jackson in the first quarter, and then Mules in the second quarter. So that plays a factor in some of that too. But the field position is definitely been won by Jackson today, and then obviously their up tempo offense is always too difficult to keep to adjust to when it's, because you really can't practice that speed.
Well, here's a combo for you. The Mules are starting to get used to these 1-2 combos. A couple of weeks ago against Farmington, you had a couple of guys. You had Brett Dry, you had Connor Rice, you also had Casey McLean last week at Cape. You had Zaire Thomas, you had also Keyshawn Boyd tonight. Jalen Hampton, 11 carries, 123 yards. Zach Crump, 12 carries, 102 yards. By the way, Hampton, 3 touchdown runs so far in the first half.
Then the guys in the backfield get the yards, but the offensive line has been doing the job. They've been making those holes for those guys and getting their backs to the second level. And the Mules had just missed a few tackles here and there at that level. And luckily, those big plays have really hurt the Mules.
Absolutely. By the way, we want to put our trivia question back on the board. I think Tim already has it there. I don't have the monitor in front of me like we always do. Also, real quickly, I also want to say a big shout out to Tim. I'll tell you what, I don't know how he's doing it, Brian. In this rain, the wind, I don't even know. We can't even see each other, and he's got a great product. So, Tim, you're the best, my friend, in the business, and thank you so much for what you're doing. Poplar Bluff and Jackson rivalry game has been played every year since when? 1909, 1923, 1938, 1944. To win tonight, make sure and hit that share button for us on social media. We want to get to as many shares as we can, and we'll pick a winner before halftime gets over with. So, Brian, if you're Coach Manning right now in the locker room, what are you saying to your boys down 23-7? Oh, by the way, you get the ball back to begin second half.
Right, that's right. You tell them, hey, we get the ball, we score. It's 23-14. We get a stop. We got a chance to get even closer. So you just take it one series at a time, one play at a time. Got to make your blocks. They're making the adjustments now. I know, last few games I've been able to sneak down, and especially when we're at home, I can kind of go in the locker room and see what they're kind of doing, which is kind of fun. I mean, when you're a reporter, you don't get that opportunity to see what goes on behind the scenes. But now that I kind of help in behind the scenes, it's fun to watch the guys and the coaching staff making those adjustments and watching the kids, really paying attention to what they need to do in the second half. Because they're going to make adjustments, and then obviously the Jackson's going to make adjustments. So. Who gets the right mix of the changes and can come out in the next half to make a run at this. It's still a wide open game. It's like I said, you score here, get a stop, things have turned your way.
Absolutely. 13 minutes now until we get to halftime. Let's go over to some of the scores right now here in the first half. And right now it is 41-0. It is Cape Central over St. Dominic, 41-0. Also, Thomas right now, 276 yards of offense rushing. And oh, by the way, 4 touchdowns. That's a big night for that young man. Also tonight, 24-0. It is Farmington over Sykeston. That is just went to halftime. Those are a couple of scores. Valley Catholic, by the way, big time over Caruthersville right now. And my buddy Matt Wilkerson letting me know that Poplar Bluff competition cheer is going to Kansas City regional competition this weekend. So good luck to the girls coming up, hoping to place well to earn a spot for the state convention. And by the way, in case you're wondering, he also does give me the right answer to the trivia, but because I know Mr. Wilkerson, he is not able to win. So too bad, Matt, but hey, you're a smart cookie, that's for sure. He knows the right answer. All right, coming up, we've got more on the way. It'll be interesting to see if Coach Randolph is able to make his way to us here tonight. We usually get a chance to interview him at halftime. And tonight with the rain and the wind, I look up at the lights here, and it's the first time I get to sit down. Sorry, Brian, you're still standing up. But I will tell you, the wind has not calmed down at all whatsoever, and the rain is still going in sheets here. And I got to tell you, I think if the Mules come away with a score to begin the second half, then I think this ball game could turn around.
Yeah, like I said, you just got to get that first down and move the ball in the first play. So one snap at a time.
Let's take a 2-minute break. Tim will come right back with more with our halftime, brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. We're back in 2 minutes on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. As the name suggests, Barker's does more than just towing. Here at Barker's, we offer a complete line of automotive services, including tires, brakes, alignments, maintenance, and repair. And for our car enthusiasts, you'll enjoy our speed shop for quality performance parts. We are locally owned and look forward to earning your business. And for those times that you need a tow, Barker's Towing is available 24/7 for all of your towing and auto recovery needs.
It's Barker's by request. 573-785-7811.
Here at Mossy Oak Properties Mozark Realty, our clients come first. Our team of full-time agents go the extra mile to make sure you are satisfied. At a glance, we are outdoorsmen, but if you dig deeper, you will find real estate experts ready to help you write the next chapter of your life. Contact any of the full-time agents of Mozark Realty at 712-2252 or online at mozark.com.
Tired of wondering where your meat comes from? Country Road Market has the answer. We're bringing the farm straight to your table. From fresh cuts to custom processing, we do it all. Bring us your deer, hog, or cattle, and let our expert butchers work their magic. Skip the grocery store and support your local farmers. Country Road Market is located at 558 County Road 507, just off Highway KK in Wappapillo.
We know that having a strong defense is key to winning any game, and that's why you need Edmondson and Holt, attorneys at law, by your side. Just like the Mules face challenges with grit and determination, Edmondson and Holt will handle your legal matters with that same drive and commitment. From complex cases to straightforward advice, Edmondson and Holt is the strong local defense you need. For a free consultation, call Edmondson and Holt at 573-785-0127.
9:33 to go here at halftime, and let's talk about the Mules here just a little bit. Jay Edmondson, 5 of 8 so far in the first half, 32 yards, no touchdowns, and no interceptions on the ground. Caden Jenkins so far tonight, 6 carries, 34 yards. Jay Edmondson, he's got 7 carries for 10 yards. And Devin Ferguson, he's got 4 carries, 6 yards, and the 1 touchdown. Receiving-wise, Jenkins 1 catch for 19 yards. Derek Burton has a catch for 8 yards. Ferguson and Brent Bell, 1 catch for 2 yards. Dylan Hall, 1 catch for 1 yard. And so far, Brian, That is it. No major explosive plays so far in the first half. I think the 19 yards by Caden Jenkins, from my estimations, is the longest play of the night so far for the Mules.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly a couple 12 and 13-yard runs by Jenkins, but yeah, the 19-yard passes is about as Jenkins is like got a lot of total yards for him. But Jackson's done a great job of getting to the ball quickly and taking care of their tackles, and so that's in a night like this where everybody's slipping through fingers. That's what you got to do. Get them down quick.
Yes, it is. So here tonight, it is 23-7. It is Jackson right now. They lead here in this ball game, and we talked about this a moment ago for the Mules. They've got a huge drive coming up as soon as we get back to live action. And for the record, if we've missed your comments so far tonight, bear with us. We're not really watching our monitors because where we are sitting, it's really a unique setup. And I got to tell you, I've got like a little L shape. I've got a table to my right, a small table in front of me, so I can't see my monitors very well. So, if we're missing comments, we apologize. It's not on purpose. It's just we wanted to get this game on the air as fast as we could. And, we wanted to make sure we did it accurately. Also, by the way, I want to give a big shout out to Matt Rademeyer because he is the assistant AD here in Jackson. And, when I called him up a few weeks ago, I said, hey, it may rain. What do you think? He said, we'll get you taken care of, no problem. So he always goes above and beyond. So I love the friendships that we have with our opposing places because if we didn't, Brian, you and I, you'd be on the sideline, I'd be up on the top, and we'd be getting soaked, and there'd be no broadcast anyway.
Yeah, I used to joke there's no press for the room in the press box for the press, but there is tonight, luckily.
Yes, it is. So now we're going to welcome in one of our coaches here, Zach Randolph. We'll get him mic'd up here. So, Coach, a lot of things here have gone the way the Mules have wanted. We did make a big couple of stops early, forced a couple of fumbles. We're down 23-7, but I still say we get a big push here in the first drive, second half. This ball game changes for the Mules.
Yeah, we got a puncher's chance. We got to keep fighting, keep punching, and we'll be in good shape.
Tell me what you have liked so far about the first half from your defense early on, as they did force 2 turnovers so far early.
Our defense is flying around and trying to make plays. We're doing a good job, playing hard. And, as coaches, that's all we ever really ask from our kids is just play your tail off.
How has the wind conditions and the rain, for that matter, affected the way they are playing? It looks like you're pretty dry, so maybe it's not raining too hard out there, right?
I just pull it off well, Frankie.
Okay, gotcha.
It affects everybody a little bit. You've seen some guys slip. You've seen the ball drop a little bit. Games like tonight, weather's the great equalizer. It makes guys play harder. It makes guys make mistakes. So hopefully we can limit ours and maybe cause a few of theirs.
Are we going to see possibly Bryce Dobbs in the second half, or has he been ruled out for the second half?
I think he played there at the end of the first half. I think he's good to go. He's a little banged up, but I think he's good to go.
So in your mind, what's it going to take for the Mules to get back in this ball game coming up second half?
We're going to score points. I have a wild philosophy that if we score more points than they do, we win.
That's what Coach Manning tells me every pregame. Well, Coach, thank you so much for coming up, and I enjoyed the time with you.
Sure.
And go enjoy the rest of the wind and the rain second half. I feel your pain, Coach.
Oh, yeah, you're nice and dry up here, Frankie.
There you go, Coach. Thank you so much. That is Zach Randolph, one of our assistant coaches for Poplar Bluff, and the Mules down tonight. They are down 23-7, but let me tell you, this team, they have the ball to begin the second half, and I believe that if the Mules can come out and they can hold their own, then they will, I think this game will turn around in a heartbeat. So we'll see what happens. Real quickly, before we get into anything else, I did want to say something really fast, and appreciate a lot of people. They have, they've sent me text all week long. They've talked about it, they've asked me about this. There was a question whether or not I was going to even be here tonight, and the truth is, and I don't mind sharing this because I always say, Brian, this is like my second family here, and I always mention her every ball game, and I tell you, she's health-wise not doing the best, but I know Grandma Jackie is not listening tonight. But for those of you that know me, I talk about her every ball game, and when I tell you that it kills me that she's not able to listen to a ball game, it does kill me. And I told Tim that, with everything going on, I think doing the ball game, is the best thing for me. It's what she would want me to do, and that's why I'm here tonight. So if I seem a little bit off, that's why. No, she's on my mind. I mean, this whole first half I've thought about when the Mules score. I can only imagine what she would want to do knowing the Mules scored a touchdown.
No, you can just blame me. It's okay.
No, that's okay. It's tonight's a tough night, but I'm glad that I'm here, and I know that I'm hoping that she'll be able to tune in real soon again. That's the hope anyway.
Yep.
So we're gonna do our trivia coming up next. It doesn't go unsaid. I love you, Grandma, always will. We're going to come back with our trivia answer coming up one more time. The Mules and the Indians rivalry game has been played every year since when? 1909, 1923, 1938, or 1944. Brian has the answer when we come back. Don't go anywhere. We're back in 30 seconds after we hear from Subway on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Hey Mules fans, hungry for a deal? Head over to Subway in Poplar Bluff where you can buy 2, get 1 free on footlong subs all day long. Whether you're fueling up before the big game or celebrating a win, Subway has you covered. Don't forget to ask about our team deals and catering options. Perfect for any sports event or team gathering. Subway, food that fuels the Mules.
All right, so we are back 2:19 until we get ready to start the second half. And let's read that question one more time. It's kind of a trick answer. I think Brian tried to trick everybody tonight. The Poplar Bluff Mules and the Jackson rivalry, it's been played every year since when? Was it 1909, 1923, 1938, or 1944? All right, Tim, before you hit the answer, Brian, give it away.
I think it's 1938, right?
Very good. Okay. That's what my notes say was 1938, and you're the one that told me that, actually. Now, the first game was played when, Brian?
1909.
1909, yeah. Indeed. So
first time the Mules beat Jackson was in a playoff, 3-0 at Old Boving Park on a kick field goal on a night like tonight, wet and muddy.
Were you there for that ball game?
I was a little late for that one.
Little late for that game, he says. By the way, the winner tonight of this free large family feast from Pizza Inn, we're talking 2 large 2-topping pizzas, a large cheese bread, one of my favorites, large chocolate chip pizza. It'll feed 4 to 6 people. We're going to your house, Miss Morgan Taylor.
Nice.
Picking up the win tonight. Also a gift card from Academy Sports and Outdoors worth $100. If you want to share with me and Brian, who am I to say no?
I will not say no.
Brian says he will not say no as well. We've got a great question coming up in the second half. This one, I got to give kudos to Brian for sharing this one, because this question, I didn't know the answer until you told me, but I was a part of that game too. So
it's funny how time flies.
Yes, it is.
I remember that.
I feel like I remember a lot of these, not the 1938 game, but I remember the game we're going to talk about coming up in just a few minutes. So thank you for playing, by the way. Make sure and hit that share button for me. Thank you guys for all the love for Grandma Jackie. It means everything to me. It means everything. Can't look at the comments right now. 15 seconds, and we're going to get back to live action. Or, I'm sorry, they're going to put 3 minutes on the clock and then get back to live action. Thanks, Brian.
Yep.
I can't see. I was looking at the clock, and I was thinking it was already time. So, all right, so here we go. We've got the bad field conditions, so to speak, and the rain continues to fall. We talked about it with Coach Randolph. You've been around a long time. Momentum-wise, how big is this drive coming up for Bluff to not go 3 and out?
Yeah, first possessions of any half is big. But when you're down, this is key. If you can get the ball moving, make some things happen, and get some want to and some believe out of it. Like I said, it can be a ball game.
We're going to find out coming up. We're going to take our final timeout. We've got a second trivia question coming up, and we're going to do our trivia to begin the second half. And let's see where I'm at right now, because I've kind of lost track of where we are share-wise. So here's what I would like to see happen. I can go back and show Grandma on Sunday when I see her. Let's get to, let's say, 60 shares, and then we'll give away our next prize coming up after halftime. Thanks again for tuning in to Halftime. We're coming right back. It's all been brought to you by PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialists. We're back in 1 minute on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Attention farmers. Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire is running a farm special on tractor tires until the end of the year. Yes, you heard that correctly. Until the end of the year, Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire carries all the big names you know and trust. They also offer all sizes. No matter what size tractor you have, they can get you taken care of. For all of your tractor tire needs, call Kevin's Auto Repair and Tire at 573-840-5053 and ask for Shannon Bradley. That's 573-840-5053.
Insurance decisions shouldn't be a shot in the dark. With expert advice, personalized service, and a wide range of carriers, Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners should be your first choice. We're not just experienced agents. We're your partners. We offer a wide range of carriers for tailored coverage and better rates. So expect a handshake, a chat, and solutions that fit like a well-tailored suit. For auto, home, business, life, health, and even Medicare, make Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners your first choice for insurance. It's our family protecting your family.
All right, so we are back. I'm Frankie Castile. He is Brian Rosner. Down below in the elements, it is Tim Hicks. And I got to tell you on a funny note here, I'm so OCD that I don't usually let people with wet clothes in my car. But tonight, I have a choice, Brian.
No.
Tim's going to be soaked. And I'm sorry about that, Timbo. That goes to show you how dedicated Tim was. We had a long conversation this morning. I said, do you want to come? Do you want to be here tonight? He said, try and stop me. So that's the attitude that he has. And I'll tell you what, without him, we're just only doing radio because I could not do what he does. I wouldn't want to do what he does. I'll tell you that.
I say, unless you're going to wait it out, you're going to get wet too, because there's no way.
There's no way tonight you're going to stay dry. It looks like, at least from the window standpoint, that I can see a little bit better than what I did in the first half. So I definitely can see a whole lot better here in the second half. The first half, the way the wind was blowing the rain, it was very tough to see. So here we go now. Jackson will kick off. Mules will go left to right to begin this second half. And we are officially underway. It'll be taken near the 15-yard line. Good return by Derek Burton and the Mules to the 37-yard line. Great return by the Mules, and that's what they needed to get this drive started.
Yeah, but played it on a bounce, always scary, but was able to corral it and get up the field.
Okay, I wasn't going to say it that way, but I was nervous when that bounce happened. I'm like, oh, boy, here we go. Mules have it 1st and 10 on the 38-yard line. Good return by the Mules. Here comes Jay Edmondson in company. So now the Mules, boy, I can see a lot better now. Yeah. Boy, it's a lot different game.
And I have a roster, so I can tell you who's got it.
There you go. Edmondson now, shotgun formation. They put Caden Jenkins in motion. Jenkins, once again, going to get to about the 40-yard line. The ball may have come out.
They said he got it.
And Jackson is going to have the football.
Yep.
It is taken over. The Indians come out. That was, looks like Brock Reagan who got the ball.
Marcus Cutzinger.
Or maybe Cutzinger, one of the two. They were both there.
Eric's a little closer to us. He could see that better. But, yeah, it's that's unfortunate now. They got another short field, and now
very short field indeed.
Yeah, it's 40.
On the 40-yard line. So now Jackson has an opportunity. We talked about this at the break, how big it would be for the Mules to come out. And a first turnover of the game for the Mules, and it could be costly. So now Parsons, he's going to hand the football off. It's going to go to Hampton. Hampton's got some running room. He is still on his feet. Boy, he is making everybody miss. J.R. Lathan takes him down inside the 10, all the way down to about the 7-yard line. My goodness.
Yeah, say if you're a Mules fan, you're oh boy.
And once again, Jackson doing what they do best. They are going to give it to him again, and he'll be short on the goal line. They're going to say he got in. It is a 7-yard, or I should say a 7-yard run. And now quickly, 2 plays, the Indians end up putting up more points on the board.
32 seconds into the half, and the Mules have fallen farther from behind.
So now, once again, the extra point attempt is coming up. This one bites early. So Turley comes in for the extra point. It is on the way, it is up, and it is good. So now it's 30-7 the score, and just like that, Jackson comes out on 2 plays following the turnover, and they end up and score it.
So that's taking advantage right there. You give them an opportunity, you go for the big play.
So here we go with our second trivia question. Up for grabs, we're going to give away another free large family feast from Pizza Inn. What Mules quarterback set the SEMO Conference record for passing yards in a game at the pit? Was it Zane Faust, Tristan Francisco, Cannon Carr, or was it Mason West? Give us your answers on Facebook and on YouTube.
I'll give you not a hint. He broke Earl Wheeler of Dexter's record that would set back in the 80s.
Ooh,
yeah,
I like that.
Long time standing record.
By the way, Ron Withrow tuning in tonight, Brian.
Yeah,
Big fan of yours.
Yeah, I love Ron.
I think he called me at halftime. I couldn't answer.
Yeah, me too. I have to call him back.
I will have to call him back as well. Ball taken near the 15-yard line. Once again, Xavier Jones. The ball came loose again.
Uh-oh.
And I think Jackson may have recovered this one. We'll see for sure. We're still waiting for the signal.
Jackson's trying to sell it to him.
I think they got it. They do. Jackson's got it again. Another turnover by the Mules. So Xavier Jones fumbled it, and Blaine Reagan comes away with it, and another short football field. It is all the way to the 37. So now for the Mules, Jackson gets it right back.
Got to step on him, but nope, overthrew it.
Overthrew the intended target this time. A rare miss.
I say throw it into the wind. You got to give it over you got.
Second down and 10. So now the Mules quickly down at 30-7. Jackson, Mules unable to do much. 2 turnovers here in the second half. They're going to throw it again this time, and they've got some running room. The blocker's out front. Ferguson is able to get the stop. So this time it's a pass outside to Camden Brockmeyer, and he's going to have a Jackson first down on the 21. And now he throws it, and it's going to be a completed pass this time.
That was a good play. They just rolled it right out. He's open, hit the guy right in stride there, and picked up the first down. Be first and goal from the 7-yard line.
7-yard line, so a 14-yard gain.
Touchdown.
And there's a touchdown, Jackson. So 2 quick turnovers have resulted in 14 points. It is now a 36-7 ball game.
Yeah, 14 quick points, and we are not even 2 minutes into the half.
Not even 2 minutes. And now the Indians are going to line up for the extra point. Turley comes up. Boy, Jackson, they have exploded since it was 7-7. Mules have, it's a bad snap. And this time the Mules are going to stop it, still 36-7. So now for the Mules, they have got to put points on the board. It's getting out of hand pretty quick. 36-7 now the score. So a couple of fumbles here by the Mules early on here in the second half. Boy, we talked about this, Brian, how important that first possession was, but take away that first possession, the first 2 possessions have been turnovers by the Mules.
2 possessions, 1 snap, and you're down, 14 points behind farther.
It was already a hard task, 23-7, and now it is a 36-7 ball game.
Tell you what, everybody on the ponchos on the Jackson side is hoping for 36 points lead so they can keep that clock running.
Yes, they are.
Mules have got to get something going here for sure.
Mules have got to score on this possession. They're going to have to score.
Let's take it 1 snap at a time and say, let's hold on to the ball and get some yardage.
So now it's going to be a bad.
That was on me.
That was on Jones, and he is going to, the ball came loose again. That's a 3rd straight time, and Jackson's recovered again. Jackson inside the 15-yard line. 3 fumbles in a row.
I've seen this before, oddly enough. Farmington did 3 straight onside kicks one year. And, the ball bounces funny because it's oblong. So, again, Mules are backed up. Jackson's got a really short field now. They're at their own 14, or the Mules 14.
3 fumbles in a row. Mules cannot hang on to the football. Timeout called. It'll be a timeout by Poplar Bluff. Our ball game tonight is being brought to you by First Midwest Bank, Kevin's Auto Repair, PB Realty, Legacy Farm and Land Specialist. Also being brought to you by Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Russians Towing, Baldwin Toyota, Ozark Legacy Partners Insurance, Mossy Oak Properties, Poplar Bluff Monument Works, Village Express, Pizza Inn, and Barker's Towing and Auto Repair. And the wind is picking up, and the Mules here are in danger for a second straight week here, Brian, of that mercy clock going into effect.
Yeah, clock operator's favorite score when somebody goes up 36.
Another short field for the Indians on their 3rd consecutive fumble to begin this second half.
High snap. Hampton still gets the handoff, so that was fortunate. He's in.
Hampton's going to go in and score. Hampton wastes no time, and just like that, Hampton does it again. Jackson now leads 42-7.
Crazy change of events. We still have 10:37 left in this quarter.
42-7 on 3 straight turnovers. They have scored 20 points, trying to make it 21. So Turley for the extra point. Here's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. It is now a 43-7 ball game. Let's step away for 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. So 3 straight fumbles by the Mules results in 21 points for the Indians. It goes from 23-7 all the way to 43-7, Brian, in a literally not even a 2-minute time span.
7 snaps, 3 touchdowns. Jackson's ran 40 yards, 37 yards, and 14 yards.
Tell you what,
drives.
Jackson, this is what they live for.
They get on top. Yeah, they get you down, and then they go for it.
And then that's what happened last week against Farmington. Farmington went toe-to-toe for a while.
And they go for the short kick.
And the ball this time is going to be wrapped up by the Mules. They bobbled it, but this time they will get it back.
That was tough play too, because he's running to the side. The ball's kind of coming at him. He slips. Luckily he just fell on it to cover it up.
So Mules will have it now, 1st and 10. And this time it'll be on, and the clock is going to run. They were given the signal. 37-yard line, it looks like. Mules have it now. By the way, next week we'll be live in Sykeston. Could be a snowstorm next week. You never know, Brian.
Sykeston always has crazy weather.
They always do. We'll be outdoors.
Whenever we go there, it's crazy.
We'll be outdoors for sure then.
It'll be a 6-0 game.
Edmondson tries to get it to Spencer Nunn. Incomplete there by the senior. It is 2nd down and 10. 23-7 when the quarter began less than 3 minutes ago.
Wild. I've seen some wild things in football. You never know, but that is about as crazy as it gets.
So it is 2nd down and 10, and for the Mules, the offense has really not been there. Play clock is down to 18. Edmondson has Ferguson right beside him, and they're going to hand it off to Ferguson.
Good.
Ferguson gets some ground. He's still going.
Made a guy. Oh, that ball.
He's down by contact. longest run of the night by Ferguson. It is a Subway first down.
Got him to the 41.
And the Mules all the way to Jackson's 41-yard line now. That play, it ends up being 22 yards. It's the biggest play of the night so far for the Mules in general.
I like to track big plays, anything over 20 yards. And if you get, those games where a team can just get a bunch of those big yardage plays, that's always a positive for the offense.
So now Edmondson going to hand it off again to Ferguson. Ferguson powers his way up the line, and he'll be stopped short at the 33.
And you notice the change the Mules made. They're kind of running through the tackles a little bit more. Before they were running out to the edges, and so they see something they were hoping that Jackson would adjust to it, and I guess open something up in the middle there. So
I'm just happy that I can see the field right now.
Right, yeah.
I can see pretty well now. It's like all of a sudden the rain switched directions. It's not coming right at us. Ferguson again lining up beside Edmondson. Edmondson hard count. Now he's going to throw. He's going to get it. Oh, it's going to be nearly picked off.
Tip ball.
It was intended for Colt Clifford. And it's 3rd down and 2. The Mules have not been successful tonight on 3rd down conversions. It is so far tonight, the Mules are 1 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. They are down at 43-7. Got to have a score here to stop the clock.
Yeah, those 3rd downs have been 3rd and longs. Here's a 3rd and short. Let's see what they can get out of this one.
Ferguson lines up like he's going to run the football. They're going to give it to him, and he's going to find his way for a Subway first down to the 30-yard line. He picked up 3 yards on that 3rd down. Just their 2nd 3rd down conversion all ball game.
He was hit a little shorter than a little second effort, got him over the first down marker, so that was a good pickup there for him.
I think that was a great job by the center, Cade Bussey, who made a big hole for him.
Yep.
The offensive line doing their job on that one. Also, Lincoln Warren doing his job on the front line, too. We got some movement there.
There's going to be a legal substitution.
It's going to be against the Mules.
Mules came out with one little extra guy.
Is that really a bad thing?
I don't know.
5-yard penalty on the play. They'll mark him back at the 35. So we're going backwards. It's now 1st and 15. Clock continues to run. Well, stop now, 7:10. So 7 minutes and 10 seconds, and they mark him back at the 34-yard line. So 34-yard line is where the Mules will have it. Clock continues to run now. It starts. See if Edmondson decides to go deep here with it. He's going to throw. He looks like he's going to throw. He's got all day. Now he's inside the pocket. Now he's going to take off with it. He is inside the 30, 25, down to the 20. And now we get a flag come in very late. I believe it's going to be a hold.
Yep, coming back.
Going to be a hold on the Mules. I thought that was going to be the case when that big gap opened the way it did. And we'll see where they spot him at this time. The flag was thrown on the 26, 27-yard line. So it was a 1st and 15. They're going to mark him back at the 34. So where we were.
1st and 14.
Yep, 1st and 14 now. So it's 1st down and 14. So 1st down and 14 on the 34-yard line following the holding call. Edmondson lining up here. We'll see if he decides to go deep. No, he's going to hand it off to Ferguson. Ferguson's going to be wrapped up as soon as he crossed the 34, and there's going to be no gain on the play.
Yeah, trying a little drop play, hoping that they would think they were going to go long, and Jackson was bottling up the middle for him.
Ferguson, 8 carries, 39 yards here in the ball game. He does have the 1 touchdown way back in the first quarter. 43-7 the score. Mules 3-16 against the Indians since 2010. Indians have had their number.
They've had everybody's number.
Yes, they have. They've had a hard schedule this year so far. Edmondson got to get rid of it. He does. He is hit, and it's going to be picked off. It is picked off by the Indians. Ferguson is going to make the tackle, and it's intercepted by Tyson Ford. So Tyson Ford gets the interception, and that is another turnover by the Mules. That is 4 turnovers in this half alone.
I remember we had 6 against Cape one year and only lost by 3. So, but this one has definitely
a lot different.
Yes, and it's all been right in
this half.
It's
been in this quarter alone. 4 turnovers here in the third. That is your difference. Parsons now. He passes outside. He's got Crow out in front. He is still growing strong. Stevens is going to knock him out of bounds. He is in Mules territory. That's a big-time gain for Kai Crow. Inside the Mules territory to the 38-yard line. Another big gain by the Indians. That one goes for 30 yards. They've had a lot of big gains here in this ball game. What a good hit that time.
Oh, man, saw that coming.
Alexander Larkins, as soon as Crow caught the football, Larkins says, not today.
Yeah, that could have been dangerous because he was lined up, and that was a backward pass. So if he gets a hand on that ball goes free. It could have been a fumble if they see it that way.
So they lose some yards on the play. It's second down and about 16. Good tackle by Larkins. Another handoff. Boy, they love that handoff play. There he goes, Hampton, or make that not Hampton. It's going to be Crump. Crump this time. He takes that negative play, and he ends up getting a first down. Inside the 20-yard line.
Sit at 16.
So Crump, another big first down run. They're in danger. They're inside the red zone again.
Yeah,
another handoff again to Crump, and he's going to get inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. That's a gain of 8 yards.
And now they've got another second and short. They're just picking up yards here left and right. Doing a good job.
3:21 to go in the third. It is a 43-7 score. They have scored 21 points here in this quarter.
Mules show them blitz, and they jumped.
And they may have jumped. Yep, it's going to be offsides against the Mules. So now it's going to be a first down for the Indians. Be the 4-yard line?
Yep, half the distance.
So it's a first down for the Indians. First and goal. Clock continues to run. There is a handoff again, and this time Crump is just going to walk it in the end zone. 6 more points. So the Mules gave up 49 last week. They give up 49 this week.
And we still have another quarter.
We still have another quarter indeed.
Say this quarter feels like it's been a half.
Jackson is pouring it on. Turley comes in for the extra point attempt.
Was that a hurricane joke?
Maybe. Here is the kick, and this one is...
That's good.
It's good. So it's now 50-7 the score. Let's come back in 30 seconds. Poplar Bluff, they're down here in the third on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Poplar Bluff Monument Works is dedicated to care, compassion, and community. For more than 50 years and passed down through generations, Poplar Bluff Monument Works has been an important piece of our community, standing with us in our most difficult moments while we grieve the loss of a loved one. Poplar Bluff Monument Works is there to guide you through the entire process. From vision and design concepts to the expertly etched stone monument that beautifully reflects your loved one's life. Poplar Bluff Monument Works, memories carved in stone.
So it is a 50-7 ball game as the Mules here in this one. This half has been devastating for the Mules. 4 turnovers have resulted in 28 points. That is no exaggeration.
Kickoff fielded by Bluff.
18.
So the Mules get a short kickoff, and they'll return it back out to the 31-yard line, 32-yard line. So for the Indians, or for the Mules rather, they're just trying to figure out a way to put some points on the board. They scored 6 points a week ago. They've only scored 7 so far tonight, and that's it. 13 points in 2 weeks.
It does not look like Jackson's putting in their 2s or 3s just yet.
Not yet. So Edmondson back out there for the Mules. 2:17. The clock starts. 50-7 now the score. Edmondson lines up to throw. He's inside the pocket. Here come the Indians. He's flushed outside the pocket. Now he throws downfield. Caden Jenkins, or make that Spencer Nunn, with a catch. And they'll have it near the 40-yard line. That is a Subway first down. As
they got flag on the left side, or the far side.
Yep, sure is. All the way back at the 32-yard line.
So
hold on.
Yeah, it's coming back.
Everybody's walking back.
Back.
So that's going to negate that longest play of the night for the Mules.
Oh, they're waving it off.
They're waving it off. So we're going to keep it where it was.
He might have.
Brian, you were wrong again.
Maybe he pulled it out to wipe some of the rain out of his eyes and then, threw it by accident. Well, we'll take it.
So Mules will have it on the 41-yard line of the Indians following that catch there by Spencer Nunn. It goes for 27 yards. That is one of the biggest plays here of the night for the Mules.
It's Echo.
Edmondson back to throw again. This time he is flushed outside the pocket. This time he connects to Hunter Clifford. And the Mules, another big catch there by Clifford.
Yeah, he didn't have much time to hold on to it.
No, he didn't, and he's going to be down at the 34, or make that 33-yard line of the Indians. Clifford's first catch of the night.
So Edmondson's doing a good job of avoiding the pressure coming out and kind of rolling out and then finding the guy who's coming open. Mules are doing, receivers are getting open enough to get the ball, but they're not getting much time to do anything with it. So at least they're be able to connect here.
1 minute to go here in the quarter. Edmondson again flushed outside. He's going to keep it. He's going to throw it this time.
He saw him.
He's got Colt Clifford and just incomplete.
He saw some daylight in front of him, but then he saw Colt coming open. He thought he could thread it in there, but then I think the ball kind of sailed him. And plus, he was kind of off balance when he threw it. That's a tough throw to make on the run.
3rd down and 2 now. A quick 3rd down coming up. It's 3rd and short. Edmondson runs back to the scrimmage, to the huddle rather. Now the officials are going to spot the ball down on the 33-yard line. They've got to get to the 31 of Jackson. Jenkins in the backfield. 17 seconds. They've got time for one more play here in this quarter. They're going to hand it off to Jenkins, and I don't think he's going to get it. I think he's going to be a yard short. Yes, he is, and that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, where the Mules right now, this quarter thankfully is over. It is 4th down and 1. We're back in 30 seconds on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Russian Towing and Automotive is here to help. A cracked windshield or unexpected car trouble? Russian Towing has you covered. Since 1956, the Russian family has been dedicated to keeping our roads safe. Now Russian's Towing offers comprehensive auto repairs, on-site windshield repairs, and full windshield replacements. Whether it's a cracked windshield, an oil change, unexpected car trouble, or you need a tow, it's Russians to the rescue at 573-785-6349.
So we are about ready for the 4th quarter. It is a 4th down and 1 coming up now for Poplar Bluff. Mules trail 50-7 here in week 5. Next week we are on the road at Sykeston. Hard to believe that our football season after next week will be 2/3 of the way over.
After that quarter, it feels like it was 2/3 of it there.
I agree. Mules giving up 28 points in that last quarter.
You don't mind getting beat, but you hate to get beat yourself. And so all you do is now try to win this quarter and build on it for next week.
27 points, rather, last quarter for the Mules.
It's hard to keep up.
It is. 4th down and 1. They're going to give the ball to Ferg or make that Jenkins.
He's going to be short.
And I think I think he's got enough. I think he has enough. Did he not get it?
No, they're not.
No,
you know what? The far side was going to give it to him.
I thought the far side was going to. No, they're going to say he did not get it.
Turnover
They're not
on
even
downs.
going to measure it. Turnover on downs. I thought he had it. But nope, they're not going to measure it. They're going to go ahead and say Jackson football. So the Indians will get the ball right back.
Yeah, we got the
Now
2s and
we're
the 3s
getting-
coming
yep,
in.
Now
Yep.
we get the 2s and 3s coming in for the Indians.
Yeah, I'm going to take a timeout.
50-7 the score. Timeout will be called by Jackson. We'll keep it here. It's 9 o'clock on this Friday night. Let's go ahead on the radio side. We'll pause at 10 seconds for station identification on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network. It is at 9 o'clock. Tim Hicks is on the camera downstairs. Brian Rosner, I'm going to blame this one on you.
I am
blaming it on you.
Definitely not gotten you invited back.
So now Mules down. It's 1st and 10 for the Indians. And they've got some fresh jerseys out there, and they're still making Mules miss. Oh, my goodness. He's got, oh, my goodness, all day long. And Jackson, they're going to score another touchdown. The freshman comes out and scores the touchdown.
68 yards.
Oh, my goodness. Memphis Maddox, a 5'9 freshman, comes in and scores the touchdown. 56-7.
And that's how you you keep your program moving. You get a lead, put your 2s in, let them play against the other team's defense and on a Friday night and see what they can do.
So now here is the extra point attempt. It is on the way, and it's good. 57-7. Wow. So timeout here as we get ready. Once again, we'll put that trivia question up on the screen, Tim, if you don't mind. And post your answer right now to our comment section. Coming up, we will have an answer here right before the game comes to a close. Next week, we will be over in Sykeston. Our ball game tonight brought to you by Russians Towing and Automotive Services, Edmondson and Holt Attorneys at Law, Ozark Legacy Insurance Partners, Poplar Bluff Monument Works, Air Solutions, Pizza Inn, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, Eye Care Specialist, Kevin's Automotive and Tires, Maverick Glass, Christian Automotive and Tires, Senator Jason Bean, Mossy Oak Properties, also being brought to you by Larry Hillis Dodge, Village Express, First Midwest Bank, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Barker's Towing and Auto Repair, Country Road Market, Subway, Baldwin Toyota, and Ozark Total Healthcare. Here is the kickoff. This one going to be taken by Ferguson near Colt Clifford rather. He took it near the 20, and he'll be pushed out of bounds near the 35-yard line. So Clifford gets it out to about the 34-yard line, I believe.
Bonus trivia tonight. Most points scored against the Mules. You want to take a guess at the number?
Well, wait a minute. So a bonus trivia question here. All right. I can do another pizza in.
I think this was in your tenure. So you would remember this.
So was it before 2000 or was it prior or after 2009?
What year was that?
And that's when I came on.
Yes, it was after 2009.
Okay, so after 2009. So what's the question?
Most points allowed by the Mules in a game.
Wow, Edmondson, he's got Burton there, and Burton catches it on a jump ball, and it'll be inside the 35 to about the 34 of the Jackson Indians. So Derek Burton gets it to the 34-yard line of the Indians, and that goes for 32 yards. That is the longest play tonight from scrimmage for the Mules.
Threw that into the wind. It got there.
It did. Good throw by Edmondson. 9.5 to play here in the ball game. Edmondson again is going to go. It looks to go downfield.
Oh, he had his wheel open.
Oh, good block that time by Lincoln Warren. Warren creates space, and there's a flag down as well because of that. All the way back toward the 44-yard line is where that flag is thrown. Is coming back against the Mules, I believe. Yep. It's going to be a personal foul against the Mules.
Oh.
So, Mules end up getting the penalty on that first down. All the way back to the 49-yard line of Jackson.
So first down on a country mile.
First and 25 is what it's going to end up being. First down and 25.
The old screen pass right here is usually what you see in the NFL.
57-7 to score. Edmondson. Looks like he's going to pass again.
Yep.
No, he's going to hand it off. He hands it off to Ferguson, who gets to the 46 now of the Indians.
I say draw play is probably number 2 one you see in the coaches like to call there. In those long situations, you just want to see what you can get some of those yardages back, and if you can, great. Because they're going to be usually dropping back to not give up the big play.
All right, so I'm going to talk to my good friends at Pizza Inn. I'll give another certificate away if we get the right answer. So give me a hint.
My son works at Pizza Inn, so don't have him dock his pay for this one.
Okay, I won't. I promise.
All right.
So tell me what year it happened. Can you at least give me a hint on what year it happened?
2010.
2010. So my second year in the. Oh my God! Nearly, it's tipped, and I believe it's going to be incomplete. Whew. Mules catch a break on that one. So it happened in 2010. That's the only hint. There's no multiple choice here.
Yeah, you want to know who they played?
Nope. I don't. Okay. Nope. I don't want to know who they played. I want to know what was the question again?
Most points allowed by the Mules.
Okay, most points allowed, but I want to know. I'll raise you one. I want the opponent. Now you don't tell me. I want someone to tell me what the.
Oh yeah, that's
But if you can tell me the most points, you'll be in the running, and then we'll find out who the opponent was. In 2010.
And then you'll never guess how many points the Mules have scored record. Nobody gets that question right.
Edmondson is going to have his pass completed down to about the 40-yard line.
Is that
it's like Dylan Hall.
Yep,
number 1 down there.
Fourth down and about a lot.
A lot. Only 6 yards on that one, so it's going to bring up fourth down and about 16. 4th and 16 on the 40. Obviously, the Mules are leaving their offense out there. We'll check the comments coming up here. So how many points have the Mules allowed all time?
In a game. You ready?
No, not yet.
Okay,
no, not yet. We still got 7 minutes to go.
We got to draw this out.
We got to draw this out.
Well, I got to know. I can tell you how much.
Edmondson, his perfect pass.
You catch it? They're going to give it to him? Yes, they are.
They are going to give it to him.
First down.
Hunter Clifford makes the catch. It is a Subway first down. And they'll have it all the way inside the 25 to the 22-yard line. It's a big gain by Hunter Clifford and the Mules.
Man, that is a tough play. Right on the sideline. He just threw that through the wind. I mean, into the wind. That's a tough play. That was a tough catch, too, and to keep it himself in bounds, too.
Edmondson now. He's breaking. They're going to throw again outside to Clifford, and he is hit hard right when the ball came to him. Good defensive play by the Indians.
He didn't have any time to hold on to it.
No, he didn't indeed.
Good defense.
57-7, so I'm assuming the answer is not 57.
No. I was hoping to make people feel a little better about the score.
It's not 57, so that's the good news. It happened in 2010.
Yep.
You get the right answer, I'll put you in the running. We'll check our comments coming up here. Edmondson again back to throw. He goes over the middle. Ooh. He's got a man there.
Just popped right out.
Popped right out. Derek Burton. It was in his possession, in his grasp for just a moment.
Popped out and then had some help popping it out.
3rd down and 10. So next week, hopefully when we're in Sykeston, we'll be able to get our main camera feed back up. We couldn't do our main cameras because of what we've got going on outside. The rain is now falling again.
Is it still raining?
It is raining harder now.
Oh, yeah, it is raining harder.
It is raining harder.
Tim, you okay down there?
He might be out. Edmondson goes over the middle. It is, if it's, I don't believe so. Nope, it was intended for Brent Bell. And incomplete. It's going to bring up 4th down. 4th and 10. There for a moment, I thought Bell had it.
It was a little high, and he was reaching up for it, and a defender kind of got onto him right at that same time, so it made it a tough play for him to make. But he gave it a ride.
Someone told me about 9 o'clock it was going to start raining hard again. He's sitting right in front of me. Matt should have been a weather guy.
I say, it's raining so hard it looks like snow.
Edmondson now. He's going to have to get out of trouble. He spins around, and he'll be stopped at the 19-yard line. Turnover on downs. Jackson will take over on downs at the 19.
About 4 minutes left in this one.
4 minutes remaining. Jackson wasting little time.
I say, if people sitting in the ponchos are just, you cannot get over fast enough for them.
Tyler Fisher, who's in shotgun.
Some of the ponchos came off for a little while.
Yeah.
But now they're back on.
Just to shake the rain out.
So incomplete pass here. Good defense by the Mules. Spencer Nunn and it's like Caden Johnson there. So incomplete pass that time by the Indians. So coming up here next week, we'll be in Sykeston. Should be outdoors. Hopefully the weather will be a lot different. 2nd down and 10. Another handoff. Give it to Maddox again. This time, Colt Clifford.
Ooh, he's still up.
He is still up and going. Colt Clifford this time making the stop. Clock continues to run, coming up on the 3-minute mark. It'll bring up 3rd down and 13.
Yeah, lost a couple there.
3rd and 13 for the Indians.
From the 16-yard line, Fisher.
Jackson going to go to 3-2 on the season. Mules.
Oh, he's got a step on, but
boy, I tell you what, good job there defensively by the Mules. They rushed the quarterback. And Caden Johnson again come up a little bit lucky on that one. It was a tad bit overthrown.
Throwing him with the wind, though. That's a tough one to thread.
So 2:24 remaining here in the ball game. Mules here. They will get the ball back here, but they are down 57-7.
Fumble into the end zone. They're going to get a safety.
And it's a safety inside the end zone. So the Mules now, the Mules scored 2 points on the safety. So for the Mules, they will get the ball back. It's 57 now to 7 the score.
9.
Or make that 59 to 9.
There you go.
I just changed it on the scoreboard there. So 2:06 to play here in the ball game. Mules trail 57-9 following the safety.
It's first safety for the Mules since week 12 of 2022.
I was going to say it's been a while.
I don't think we had one this year, have we? No.
We have not.
Yeah. There you go.
It's another trivia for you, except you gave the answer too early.
Well, people like to know those things, I guess, right?
All right, so go ahead and give me the answer. How many points was the all-time the Mules have allowed in the game?
It was not against Jackson, and it was 70, so it could be a lot worse, right?
It could be. Who was the opponent?
The rain was definitely worse.
Don't tell me, was it? No, it wasn't Union, was it?
No, it was a home game.
It was a home game.
Yep, it was a home game. That helps. It was Farmington.
Farmington.
Yeah. One of the first games Farmington Bluff played as conference rivals.
Conference rivals.
Yeah, that set that rivalry.
70 points.
Yep. But the Mules, and save this one for later if you guess it. Most points the Mules have ever scored was 90. So you never know what's going to happen.
Never know. Cole Clifford catches it on a hop. He is up to the 40-yard line and make that 44 or so, 43, 44-yard line. And that is where the Mules will take over. 46 they're going to give him, I guess?
Yeah, going to 45, 44.
44, that's what I thought, okay. That's what I thought it was to begin with, was 44, but I was like, well, maybe I was wrong. Wouldn't be the first.
It's like we'll get one or two more plays here.
So now Edmondson, rain continues to fall here in Jackson.
Hightower there with the carry.
So Hightower getting a carry here. Corday Hightower, number 15. So Mules are going to fall 1-4 on the season. Out to the 49, a 5-yard gain. Coming up, we'll be talking to Coach Jefferson. Another handoff to Hightower. Hightower's going to have a Subway first down. He bounces off his own player.
Got the first, good cut back there. Got to the first down, then ran into his blocker, but still got the first down.
To the 41-yard line. 42 seconds. Last play of the game, more than likely coming up for Poplar Bluff. So now the Mules' final play, Hightower is going to be stopped. He got about a yard or so, and that's going to be the ball game. There should be the ball game with 21 seconds and counting. As the Mules here are going to fall to 1-4 on the season, and this game will come to a close. They may try to run one more play.
They can hurry. They can get it off here.
5 seconds and counting. Edmondson going to make him earn it. They're going to give it back to Hightower. Hightower cuts out, and he'll be stopped at the 39. And this game will come to a close as Jackson will win tonight 57-9. We'll take a quick break, and we'll come back and we'll wrap it up. You're watching and listening to Mules football. We also have to give away this second trivia. We'll do that coming up as well. Don't go anywhere. You're watching and listening to Mules football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio Network.
Breathe easier and extend the life of your HVAC system, plus fewer repair bills with Air Solutions Comprehensive Maintenance Plan. You'll save money and get the peace of mind that only comes from calling Air Solutions. 785-1500.
Here's a quick and easy test to see if you need new tires. Remember, Christian Automotive and Tire, keeping you safe on the road.
And we are back here with our post-game report. The Mules tonight, they fall. And for Poplar Bluff, 57-9 is the score. And here it all came down to, we said this in the halftime, Brian, that it was going to come down to the first couple of possessions in that second half. And boy, did it ever.
Yeah, the game went from tight to quick running clock with those turnovers off the kickoff. And like I said, it happens on a night like tonight. Wet ball and things bounce funny, and just it's tough conditions, and both teams have play in it, obviously. But yeah, Jackson took advantage of those opportunities, and Mules had some opportunities they took advantage, and some they didn't. So building for next onto the next one is you got to take the positives and learn from the negatives.
There was a few, even though you look at the score, it was lopsided, but there was some positives, it seemed like, there in the second half. In the fourth quarter, it seemed like the passing game really opened up for Bluff. Edmondson, I thought, did a great job commanding the offense there in the second half. When we got down big, they still continue to fight. And if you're Coach Manning, you've got to like the fact that even though you're down, that this team will not quit. They will not give up, Brian.
Yeah, that's always been a mark of the Mules. They're always going to keep fighting until that last play. I mean, they even tried to get off one more play at the end there when they could have just sat on it. But again, they're trying to learn what's going to work for them and how to be better. And the only way you can do that is playing Friday nights and seeing what taking every advantage you can to get better.
And now the question becomes, what do the Mules do? How do we capitalize on the momentum that we had in that fourth quarter and use that for next week against Sikeston at Sikeston?
Yes, it starts with practice on tomorrow. Guys are gonna come in, work on the coaches are gonna start working on the game plan right away, and they'll get those guys ready for next week. We're on the road, right?
We're on the road.
That's always a tough place to play, and good thing we're not there tonight because they still don't have they're not one of the few teams that goes all natural and with the grass, and it's a fun place to play, and it's a great atmosphere, and those games are always close. I mean, always one score, two score game, and they're always low scoring because just for some reason Jackson and Bluff, it just works out that way. Jackson Poplar Bluff are always high scoring, and Sikeston and Bluff are always low scoring. It's just weird how that works out. But traditionally speaking, and especially in the last 20 years I've seen around here, they're always tight games. So you got to prepare for that, and knowing that the mistakes that you make, you have to make up for them, and try to limit those as best you can.
So real quickly, as we see Coach walking over here, we'll get to our trivia winners. Jana Hosler is going to be the winner of one trivia question, and then David Hadley will be the other one. We'll get to both of them coming up in just a moment. And as we see the rain continue to fall, so congratulations to Miss Hosler as well as Mr. Hadley. We'll get a hold of you guys following tonight's contest to get you what you need for our trivia winners. And now that being said, let's welcome in now Coach Austin Jefferson to the broadcast. And I want to go right to it. And we talked about this at halftime. We believed that the first possession in the second half was going to dictate a lot. And that's what happened, but not the way that we wanted it to go.
Yeah, we told them, coming out of the half, we got to set a good tone, and we did the opposite of that. We set a bad tone. It's just inexcusable. And we said right out of the get-go tonight that the main thing for this evening was good ball security. It was going to be up to the running backs, the quarterbacks, the receivers. If they're to get the ball, get the ball, then they got to make sure they hold on to it if we want to get a drive going. And we didn't do the best job of that. I think they got 3 touchdowns in under 2 minutes, and that's just inexcusable. So that's just, that comes with the external factors tonight. But we knew the weather going into this, so we just got to better prepare for situations like that, and hopefully that don't happen to us in the future.
Last 3 ball games, we have dealt with the 1-2 combo from a team on their running backs. Here tonight was no different. Overall, Jackson scoring, or I should say 420 yards on the ground, 71 through the air. So when it comes to the duos tonight, Jalen Hampton, Zach Crump, we had really no answers for those guys. They combined for 7 touchdowns combined. In the future, like when we go up against Sikeston coming up next week, what can we do between now and then to maybe get ready for another 1-2 combo?
Well, the guys are not only hungry, they're starving. And this team more than ever before not only wants a victory, but they definitely need a victory. Frustrations were starting to flare there towards the end, and it's we're not going to take any team lightly moving forward. Sikeston's going to do what they do to try to come out on top, and we're going to do what we need to. But it's just making sure that guys understand that, with this whole year, it's been a year of change. So we just got to learn how to change with it when necessary and just roll with the punches. And things will start going in our favor, but we got to make sure that we are, staying level-headed and trust the process. No matter how long the process may be, we just got to stick to, playing football the right way and hopefully think we can turn things around.
Let's go to the positive side here. Second half, fourth quarter, I thought that we saw some growing up by Jay Edmondson through the air. He was making some really good passes. Our receivers were catching the ball. And, oh, by the way, in these treacherous conditions, that's got to make the coaching staff feel pretty confident going forward. And next week, our passing game is now starting to catch up a little bit.
Absolutely. They opened it up when they started playing a little bit more zone, so it was easy for us to get the receivers the ball more. The weather kind of played in our favor their second half, but we wish we had the ball a lot more than we did there in the second half. But that just goes back with good ball security. And we just got to understand that when you go up against teams like this, those things can't happen, or it's going to be a good night for them and a long night for us, and that's exactly what happened. So we just brushing up on that stuff. Like we said before, this offense is very lethal if we just do things the right way all night, no matter the circumstance or the situation.
So when everything fell apart for us in the second half, what was your message to the team? What was the overall message to the team when everything fell apart? 4 straight turnovers resulting in 28 or 27 points.
Don't quit. Don't quit. It's easy to point the finger at somebody when things go, that bad, that quick, so often. But guys are doing a good job. Those leaders, or those seniors especially, stepping up and being leaders, just saying, hey, mistakes happen, but we learn from those mistakes. We move on, we forget about it, and go on to the next play. So they were doing a good job of keeping everybody up and positive because you can't play better when you're just beating up each other mentally, just yelling at them and bashing them. And guys don't do that here. They do a good job of trying to keep everybody uplifted and stuff. So just to not quit, understand that there's still a game to play, even though it was lopsided. Just play football and enjoy it. Try to enjoy it, and hopefully we can start enjoying it with victory.
I know that you want to get to your team because we are far away from Poplar Bluff, so we'll wrap this up. So for next week, what will you guys give us the practice schedule? What will you guys do to get ready for Sykeston? They get blown out by Farmington, so each team going in the next week are desperately going to be looking for a win.
Absolutely. We're not going to take them lightly. They're going to watch film. We're going to watch film. We're going to bring the guys in tomorrow, and we're definitely going to watch this and learn from everything that went wrong. We did some good things tonight, but it's those things that, cost us there in the second half that we really just got to dial in. So Monday's Monday. We'll see these guys Monday with the JV and freshman squad. So hopefully we can turn things around for them. And Tuesday we start preparing for Sykeston, and we go to their house, if I'm not mistaken. So they're going to bring their crowd, and we're going to bring ours. So we just hope that we can start turning things around and get this thing going in the right way.
All right, Coach, thank you so much for the time. Safe travels back to Poplar Bluff, and we'll see you guys next week in Sykeston, my friend.
Thank you, Frank. Appreciate it.
You betcha. Joining us here right now is Coach Austin Jefferson. We appreciate him walking over here tonight to talk to us a little bit about this game in general, and obviously the way things went for the Mules in that second half did not go the way that the Mules would have liked for that to have taken place. But nevertheless, the Mules, I can promise you, they will be well coached. They'll be ready to go coming up next week when the Mules take on the Sykeston Bulldogs. And we will have that game for you live right here on Facebook as well as on YouTube coming up next week live from Sykeston. It'll be the same start time. We will have it for you coming up at 6:20 p.m. and then our kickoff coming up next week, just like this one, will be right at 7 o'clock. It'll be the Mules taking on the Sykeston Bulldogs. Once again, the Mules fall here tonight 57-9, and we will reach out to all of our trivia question winners here this evening, and we'll make sure that you are going to be able to get your certificates ASAP next week. And of course, we appreciate everybody for tuning in this week once again to another exciting game of high school football. I know that this game did not go the way that we would have liked it to go, and obviously I know that we had to improvise on our camera stream tonight because of the wind and the rain, but next week hopefully we'll have no issues weather-wise, and we'll be able to get back into our normal routine coming up next week when the Mules travel to Sykeston for the Bulldogs and the Mules. Once again, I want to say thank you again to Brian Rosner also hanging out with us here tonight. He did a phenomenal job as always. Mules fall to 1-4 on the season. The Indians now go to 3-2 on the year. Coming up next week, it'll be the Mules and the Sykeston Bulldogs, and we'll have all the action live exclusively here on Today's Talk KWOC. Once again, our final score tonight, 59-7. Our ball game being brought to you by Ozark Total Healthcare, Senator Jason Bean, Maverick Glass, Edmondson and Holt Attorneys at Law, Air Solutions, Larry Hillis Dodge, Eye Care Specialists, Christian Automotive and Tires, Subway, Country Road Market, Barker's Towing and Auto Repair, Pizza Inn, Village Express, Poplar Bluff Monument Works, Mossy Oak Properties, Ozark Legacy Partners Insurance, Baldwin Toyota, Russians Towing, Whitworth Gift Chest Jewelers, PB Realty Legacy Farm and Land Specialist, Kevin's Automotive and Tires, and First Midwest Bank. For Tim Hicks, I'm Frankie Castile. We're saying so long from Jackson, Missouri, and we'll see you back here next week. You've been watching and listening to Mules Football on the Southeast Sign and Graphics Mules Radio